That was close.
What's up, everybody?
And we are live.
How's it going?
What's up, everybody?
So JP's in the house, Paula's in the house, Anthony's in the house, and I thought I saw somebody else. Oh, other Rob was in the house too. So yeah,
JT would have lost that bet if he'd have started bets.
yeah, placing bets on when this starts. Yeah, good thing it just came up when we hit the live or Rev hit the live button. So Fuzzy Bear is all right. I see. Practicing behind your back. Yeah.
Well, I think
Let's see. Jillian's in the house. Harry and Rocky's in the house.
And Brian. What's up, Brian?
Oh, Miss Brian. Sorry, Brian. I apologize. Brian's in the house. So how is everybody doing this fine evening? In our balmy 48-degree weather that we had today. Oh, yeah.
For some reason, the high winds quit today, and it was really warm.
Well,
we had rain for the past couple hours, but before that, we were reversed of what your temperature was. You flip the two numbers, that's what we were.
84? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Susie's in the house. Bernie's in the house. Good evening, guys.
What's up, Paula?
I just watched your update, Paula. Thought it was pretty good, other than the mint. I felt kind of sorry for it.
Oh, did that just go live before we did?
Yeah, right before.
Yeah. In fact, as your call came in, I was just getting ready to write a comment on it. Jillian's in the house. Okay. Paula says, got my Arrow Garden update posted just in time. Need help figuring out what to grow next. Gonna remove the mint and the chives, I think. Well, with all the chives you got outside, I wouldn't be surprised.
That was a lot.
And the mint is such a pain in the butt. That stuff just grows and grows and grows and grows.
Yeah, well, mint is actually a weed.
I don't
Just
doubt
a
it.
nice tasting edible weed. Let's see. Susie says -7 here today. Ouch. PT says cold but windy and clear. Okay.
I bet it was -7, though.
Yeah.
Alpha Bear's in the house. Hey, Alpha Bear. Missed you last night.
What's up, Chad? And Joe.
Yep.
Joe's in the house. Evening, Joe. Mr. Chad, we're watching you tonight. Just to see that you don't accidentally do that to somebody else.
Oh, no. We moved on. Now it's Anthony. We have to give him a hard time instead.
I don't tell Chad, but I gotta pick on him too. Don't pay attention to that, Chad. Let's see. Paula says, although the chickens have been scratching the mint all up, but it probably doesn't care.
I haven't actually seen Graham on here in a bit, though. It's been a few live streams.
Who?
Graham?
Oh, yeah.
Or a video come out. I haven't seen him put out a video.
He had one come out this morning.
He did?
Or this morning or late last night. It's not his normal thing. It's something about turkey or something, and it was an hour or a minute and 27 seconds long, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
That's right. I did see that.
Yeah,
it caught me by surprise, too. It was like, turkeys?
Yeah. Let's see. Brian says, all good. All seeds planted. Hope I have a good outcome with some of the new ones.
Cool.
Oh.
It's not that far from you, JT. How far are you from Winnipeg, JT? I mean, that city with a W.
Alpha says, I fixed my name today. I just had to switch the L and the P in Alpha. It was Apple. Yeah, planting is all about help. I agree, JP. Let's see. Julian says, I'm in good spirits. I have seeds sprouting finally. Anaheim, spells, cucumbers. beans, but no jalapenos yet. I know.
Yeah, JT, you're like practically neighbors then. 3.5 hours in Canada? I mean, you guys call that neighbors, right?
Hey, Kyle. Oh, that's
Hello, Kyle.
sparsely spread out, or as sparsely populated as Canada is. Yeah, that's the next door neighbor.
And to answer Kyle, muy bien. ¿Y tú?
Ah,
And hey, Susie, how come you don't have any content on your channel? You got peppers. You could do a pepper update. As someone who does YouTube, I'm always encouraging other people to do YouTube. Actually, didn't I get you to do YouTube, Rob? Weren't you just like commenting for a while and
oh,
said like, I got a pepper tree, and I'm like, oh yeah, prove it.
right, you just hush.
Peer pressure.
Absolutely.
Now, almost 200 videos later.
See? That's how it goes.
Yeah, that's all right though. I needed to push.
Some people do.
How was everyone's day today? Mine went fine.
Like I said, just a tiresome day.
Yeah, I agree, JT. There are quite a number of folks out there that like to watch pepper update videos.
Yeah, quite a few.
Try and watch most of them. I wouldn't watch like Gotham City gardening or nothing. I mean that one I'd stay away from. But other than that, I try to watch most people's updates.
What's up, Batman?
What's up, Batman?
Batman's in the house.
Yeah, the super hots do take, well, sometimes they take quite a while. Thank you, Alpha Bear. I like my painting too. My favorite picture in the entire house. Oh, and you're kind of new, so I'll bore everybody else. But yeah, this was a one-of-a-kind painting, and it was in a house around here that I was doing work on, and I asked the lady if I could buy it from her, and she told me something where I was like, whoa, not paying for that. I think it was like $1,000 or like $800 or something. I was like, yeah, okay, never mind. And turns out she needed a bunch of work done around the house. I did that off the clock and did that for her. And in exchange, she gave me this painting. And then she actually had me help her paint number 2, because this was one of one. And now that it's one of 2. And to be perfectly honest, the second one kind of sucks. But maybe that was because I helped. But no, on the back of it, she autographed it and signed it for me and everything. And because I helped her out and everything, it says "Do good things for others," and the name is I can't remember that part.
Isn't it something "Lady in the Water" or something?
No, it's
I know you told us one live stream.
yeah, I knew it then.
Other Joe's in the, or Joe S is in the house. Hey, Joe.
Something like staying floating or something like that.
Never
But the
give up
meaning
hope.
behind it was there's a difference between keeping your head above water and sticking your neck out. I remember that part.
Okay.
And what's up, Joe S? And JT, it's warm enough that I could probably have the doors open right now, but I don't. I did all day today, though. It was very nice. And I don't know what the temperature is exactly right now, but it's above 60. It's like 63, 64, something like that. So very nice.
Brando's in the house. I don't have a thermometer, laughing out loud, but I keep the house comfortably at 24 Celsius. Okay.
Now you're going to make me do math?
Yeah.
The
only other thing you got to take into account is the lights. How much heat the lights are coming off. also. Because I mean, yeah, your house could be comfortably at say going Fahrenheit 70. But if you have two or three 600-watt LEDs, it could bump up 20 degrees real quick or more. 20 or 30 degrees. It depends on what the size of the area and everything.
Yeah, even with the fluorescence, which is kind of nice. Nice little byproduct, because usually when you need the grow lights, it's, you need the heat too.
Cody's in the house. Hey, Cody. Derek's in the house. Mr. Derek, hey. There's Chad getting everybody's attention again by saying, hey, everyone, again.
That's what I'm waiting on. I'm just going to say general, hey, everyone, instead of going down the list with all the names.
I enjoyed that down the list.
I know, but you're already saying it, so I'm just kind of listening to you, and then I'm just going to say, hey, everyone.
Okay, I did the math, and by did the math, I mean I went to Google and just typed in 24 Celsius to Fahrenheit, and it says 75.2 degrees. You keep your house at 75 degrees all the time?
I do.
That is insane. Both of you are insane, man. I am way too cheap to do that. I keep mine at well, check this out. This is how cheap I am lately. The AC's been acting goofy lately, so I have been just turning it off at night. Or AC, heat, whatever. I just turn that sucker off, and it'll be like, I don't know, 60, 68 normally, and I'll turn it off, and I'll wake up in the morning, it's like 64, 62. I'll turn it back on for like 20 minutes and then turn it back off. And yes, Susie, I am always cold. Except right now. I'm actually very comfortable.
What is your AC doing?
It just won't shut off. So, I mean, it will sometimes, but for the most part, it'll reach temperature, but just not shut off. So it'll like turn off, but it won't turn off the fan inside the house. And the outdoor unit, a lot of the times, it's weird. It's not like it does it all the time or specifically or anything. It will, like, I'll turn it on and the outdoor fan will turn on. And within like 8 seconds, it will turn off. And then 3 seconds later, it'll turn back on. Just the outdoor unit. And then it'll do that like 4 or 5 times, then run normal. But then when it gets to temperature, it doesn't shut off. So I used to work for an AC company. Admittedly, I sucked at it. But I really don't even have a clue of what the heck's going on with it yet.
Well, I mean, sometimes I have issues, but that's like sometimes you don't change the AC filter, and there's no way for it, if it's clogged or whatever, to go for the filter. It won't do that. I was reading also like when it's too humid. Sometimes I don't know. I'm not an AC expert.
Which I did just change my filter too.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, you're supposed to do that once a month. I did it like.
What's mine doing? What mine is doing now is like it's done it before, where it like I have it set at 74. Well, it gets to 71 and then kicks on. It drops to 68, and then it won't like go back. It's like a 3-degree temperature difference that before it gets to whatever the temperature is. It just changed the filters too. I know the last time I did it was because of filters. But I don't know what the hell was going on with that either. I mean, I'm fine with it being around 72 because I like it. I like it cooler. I mean, I always keep it at 68 or whatever and let it ride at night because I got to sleep in the cold. For what my definition of cold is not like Canadian or Rob cold, but Texas cold would be like 68 at night.
Yeah, it was pretty cold here for a long time. I mean, it was pretty much like in the 30s or 40s every single day for the longest time until today. My parents got in last night, and of course, they get in, it's kind of chilly, and then they wake up today, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, it's so much better down here. And just want to say, no, you missed it. It was probably just as cold as where you came from, but just switched. But of course, they're like, this is great. No jackets.
Canadian or Rob. Just remember, Brandon's about the same height or same longitude or latitude, whatever it is, as me. being outside of the Chicago area.
Okay.
Right about the same height in the country, so he's got pretty much the same temperatures I get here.
Okay.
And Derek isn't too far off either.
Longitude or latitude?
I don't remember which one's east west.
I think longitude is long ways, which would be east to west, right? And latitude is no. I think I got that backwards.
I don't know. Alpha says it was raining in Texas yesterday.
And it's raining for my part of Texas today. It's almost through. This is this, cool front we're getting. That'll be 75 for 2 days.
Yeah, but those
Go
guys
grab
aren't.
the jackets, man. Go grab the jackets.
Those guys aren't on like the same, like whatever the long ways was as
Oh,
you.
pretty close.
You're like way up north. They're like down south.
Chicago?
Well, I mean, Illinois is like half of Wisconsin below Minnesota.
Yeah, but I'm down at the bottom of Minnesota. I'm just 100 miles north
Okay.
of the Iowa border.
Close enough, I guess.
I don't know, I'm thousands of miles away from both of y'all, so
Even if you're on the south end, like you're still kind of close to JT and Susie.
Chad says latitude is lateral, east-west. Thank you, Chad.
Attitude. That's what I thought because that stupid, the heck was that? Like Kenny Chesney song or whatever.
What's rain? Rain equals warm snow. Yeah, we had rain. What was it? Yesterday it was raining for a while. Monday it rained for a while. But that 8 to 12 inches of snow we got a week ago is just about all gone now because of all the rain. There's very little snow in my backyard anymore. Front yard's clear.
On JT, better rain than snow. I agree, definitely. But it has not stopped raining all fall and winter. Like we have days where it's like, oh man, it's been like 2 days and we didn't get rain, and in the next 3 days it'll just rain straight. It's flooded here.
Scott's in the house.
What's up, Scott?
he's got.
I love that. Rain is warm snow.
Scott, how much of your jams do you have left? As in any?
It was kind of weird. Well, I talked about it on one of the live streams, but it was like a week or 2 weeks ago. It was like 45, 50 degrees out, and it was snowing here. Like not full on snow or anything, but it was that kind where you're like, is it raining? And you're looking out the windshield of your car and you're looking at it, and then you're like, oh, wow, that's snow. Weird. I don't remember that.
Yeah, you got to figure way up high, it's awfully or a lot colder.
Oh, yeah.
Brando says, Rob, Todd, Jeff, what day is it? Well, the running joke has been hump day, so I'm going to say today is Wednesday, March 28th, 2018.
Why do I feel like I'm in a Geico commercial?
I know. Hump day. I did like that commercial. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't like any commercial.
Well, that one I did.
Mr.
Actually-
Other Rob.
Especially any Super Bowl commercial. I don't think that was ever a Super Bowl commercial, but I've never found one amusing.
There's been a couple that I found really amusing.
Mr. Blumberg, I brought the remainder of my jerky to the shop. Had a bunch of guys try it, and they all loved it. Only one of the guys had a hard time with the Crimson Blaze one, and yeah, he would just about start crying. But that's beside the point. They all liked it and all thought it was great.
Who was it?
Jason.
I don't know if I know Jason.
He was in the pickle video, the big tall guy, tall like me.
Okay.
The guy who's pulled up or was out in fourth place, yeah. He took a bite of it and he's chewing it and chewing it. Says, "Oh, it's got good flavor." And then he went from talking to not talking to reaching for. I don't know why he grabbed Doritos. He had ranch Doritos there, so he starts popping those, and I said, "You know that's probably making it worse." And he says, "Yeah, I think you're right." And he had a Subway sub sitting there, and I said, "You're better off eating the sub because it's got uh, ranch dressing in it. It might help." So he started chowing that down. He got about a quarter of the sandwich in, and he says, "Yeah, this seems to be helping." But yeah, okay. Scott says quite a bit. Okay,
I
yeah,
like how
Scott,
Susie
I'm
said,
thinking I might want some more. If I send me a message on Google Plus later, let's see if I can buy some.
I like how Susie said, had frozen rain here a couple days ago. Hurt my face going to Wurge. I love
Uh,
typos.
Yeah.
Casey says, when your jerky brings a tear to their eye, you're doing it right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that jerky was good. I wish I had more of that Crimson Blaze.
And
The
Julian asked,
Cajun one, I just love the Cajun flavors.
Oh, they're all good. I'm just saying,
Uh,
I wish I had some of the Crimson Blaze.
and Julian asked, not even the goat Doritos commercial. I don't even know what that is. I haven't seen a commercial in 10 years now. Or wait, no, I've seen them here and there, but I haven't had TV in a decade now. So, like, I don't regularly watch TV. So if I see a commercial, it's just in one side, out the other. And
cheese.
oh, and Cal said, since it's Hump Day, that means tonight is Hump Night. See, Cal needs to make commercials. Maybe I'd watch his commercials. Him and Bernie.
Wow. Uh, Other Rob says I would have made more Crimson Blaze and more of some others, but I'm low on powders.
Maybe not for long. Should be more coming soon.
Possible. That new space that Dave was talking about. Can't wait
The
to try
Quest of
that
the
one.
Resurrected.
Yeah, I can never remember the name. I can't wait to try that one, even though I know it's going to fry my mouth.
Nah, it'll be nothing.
And that one he says is very close to the heat level of the Crimson Blaze.
Yeah, but different.
Yeah.
Different. Ah. So the jerky that I have a little bit left of it yet, just in a few small pieces that I've been hanging on to. But yeah, Devin, he takes the Cajun one, chomps it down, and says, "That's a good flavor." Takes the sweet whatever one, chomps it down, and says, "Oh, that's got a little bit of warmth to it." Takes the Crimson Blaze one, puts it in his mouth, and he stops talking. And he's chewing and he's chewing, and his ears start turning red, his throat starts turning red, his cheeks start turning red. But no, that's a little hot, isn't it? He says, "Yeah, but it's got really good flavor." So he was enjoying that one too.
And Susie, your last comment, I had a joke about that actually a long time ago. Somewhat right there. I think that was pretty much the punchline. So you can just take that and work backwards. You'll probably get it.
Oh, let's
You
see.
mean as in powders, Brando? Like you might have some powders that are interesting?
I have something interesting.
Yeah, because if you do, get it over to Rob. Maybe he'll go kill another deer. Make up some more jerky.
Yep.
Well, I have enough venison in my freezer right now to where I could make up a whole bunch of it if I wanted to.
Okay, send it to Rob. We'll make Rob make some jerky. Would you say whatever Rob thinks the recommended amount of powder to put on there, quadruple that, and that's what should be on there?
Brian's saying, where did you buy the little baggies for seeds like you sent me? eBay is where I get all of my little bags. You can get 1 inch by 1 inch, 1.5 by 1.5 by 1.5. You know, all different multiple sizes. Just take and type in like 1.1 by that's a 1 by 1.5
This is a 1 by 1.
Ziploc.
Yep, and they're all Ziploc bags.
Yep, and you can get a box of 1,000 of those for like, I think it was $6, $7.
Yeah, it was super cheap, and they come joined together. You just have to pull them apart.
Yep.
But they come in a small box. I think I got like 10,000 or something like that. I'm nowhere near running out of these. I'm still in my first bag of them, and that's how many that I still have inside the first bag.
Yeah. Yeah, mine came in a 4x4x4 box.
Yeah, mine was in a box too. I got mine from Amazon. But I mean, if you're in a pinch or whatever, you can go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's. They have them all. They're just called craft bags for beads. Right where the bead section is, in the craft stores, they're right there.
Yeah, this is the box that mine came in. And as you can see, it's jam-packed full. Like, it looks like I didn't ever use one. I mean, I got tons of bags and bags of these things.
Yeah.
A 4x4x8 box.
Oh, it's 2,000 I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 1,000 of them because I sell drip tips, and I put in the individual drip tips in the bags. Let's see. That's what I'm hoping to. Brian says that's what I'm hoping to need as long as everything pops and does well. Cool.
And personally, I like the bigger ones because I think sometimes a pain in the butt to open the little bitty ones. If you get that 1x1, it is a pain in the butt. So I like the 2x2. That's the one. That's for me personally. For me, it's just with big hands. It's just easier for me to open.
Yeah, I just take it and put it between my fingers and push on the zipper, and it pops them right open.
Yeah,
that's what one-handed.
But I agree. I've had the 1x1, and I've used them enough that, yeah, you're probably better off going with 2x2. Not because they're hard to deal with or anything. You get used to it after a while. Like Rob said, you just kind of grab it at the top of the Ziploc and just move your fingers back and forth, and they pop open. But if you want to send a bunch of seeds, that little bag fills up really quick.
Yeah, that's a 1x1.5, and it's just put it between your fingers, and it pops right open.
Yep. But also, whenever you're sending in like a letter, if you want to send them in a letter, you probably also want the bigger bag that will sit flat, because the 1x1s, as you fill those things up, now like your letter becomes, 1/4 inch tall and stuff like that. And if it doesn't fit through whatever the little slot thing that they have, they charge you extra.
Yeah.
Let's see, Brian. Brian says, "Here is all my new peppers I started today. So many I have not tried, and a couple I haven't even heard of: Serret, Gat, Yellow Jalapeno, Giant, okay, Elephant Ears, Orange Blob. Never heard of that one either. 7-Pot Brown. Brenda says I could do Spacey. Brian says 7-Pot Slimer, Peach Boot.
That's a good one. I love
Camel Boot. Ahi Fantasy I've had.
That's
Ahi Fantasy Sparkling White I have not had. Sugar Rush Red, no. M.A. Daisy Cutter.
Awesome.
Have fun with the daisy cutter.
Trinidad Sunrise Scorpion, that sounds hot. Ahi Pineapple I've had. Caribbean Red, and Ahi Lemon. Yeah. Ahi Lemon is my favorite all time.
I would have never guessed that, but I mean, if you say so.
I love it. JT says good luck, and Susie says food luck.
Yeah. But food luck actually fits right, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, that's a heck of a lineup, says Julian.
Yeah, and I agree, Chad. Scorpions are really good. And if you like scorpions, but you don't know if you like the heat, try a Trinidad perfume. Tastes just like a scorpion, but no heat.
Hmm.
Very weird.
All it says there's so many I wanted to grow this year that I just don't have room for. So I already have a list started of what I'm growing next year. Chris is in the house.
Hey, Chris.
Took you long enough, Chris. I'm kidding, of course.
Not even thinking about next year. There's too much I'm concentrating on this year. There's no way in hell I'm thinking about next year. Oh, sorry.
All right, everybody's saying hi to Chris. Ah, sorry you're late. All right, Chris, you get detention. Yep,
Better
stay after
late than never.
Hmm?
Hey, you ever seen my live stream start? I'm always late.
Well, I'm just gonna let that one go. Susie says it's my first year and I have 76 plants growing.
That's probably what I had my first year. I had so many, I made a double-decker grow room where I put just the 4-foot fluorescents. I had 2 of them down, and then put 2x4, or not 2x4, plywood down on top of it. Put more plants, and then 1 more above that. And it worked really good. Also, flagged by YouTube. Thanks, YouTube.
Thanks, you do.
Every single one of my indoor growing videos have been flagged by YouTube.
Is that all because you're monetized?
Yeah.
Because I never get anything flagged, or I just don't understand where flagging is.
Well, yeah, it got demonetized.
Okay.
Yeah, anything that I have with a raccoon that's labeled coon, they all got demonetized.
Okay.
Yeah, I have like 2 pages of demonetized videos right now.
Hashtag thanks, YouTube. Yeah, I put pepper update, home, or shop. I don't put indoors anywhere in anything.
I don't do indoor anything anymore. I don't put indoor, I don't put grow room, nothing like that. I just say it's a pepper update, or like I'll give it a title and then super hot peppers, and that's it. But that was in the title. It was like indoor grow room, super hot peppers, and it got flagged.
Yeah.
You got ones that haven't been unflagged from weeks ago. I got ones that have been flagged for months now. Sweet, JT only has 1 page of demonetized videos. I was down to like 8. And then that new algorithm came where I messaged JT and said, hey, man, you might want to go check your videos because new wave came in. Then I had 2 whole pages of demonetized. A couple of them keep coming back, but.
Ryan says I have 45 ahi lemon and a few other various ones in my first seasoning tray. The second is all new ones. I thought I was bad at having 14 ahi lemon drops.
You might want to get in touch with Rob once you start getting some fruit.
Yeah.
What can I say? I turned into powder, and the powder disappears within a day or two. Once people find out I have it, they'll come in and get it.
That's a good thing. You want it.
JT says I've used indoor garden for a few and been okay so far. Basement garden gets tricky though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotta watch those termination rates. Sorry, Susie. Yeah, you don't want to terminate them too soon. Yeah, but I'm waiting to see when mine come up, so we'll see what happens here. But my ahi lemon drops are all about 14, 15 inches tall. Rob needs to charge for the powder, then blame Todd and Jeff when folks ask why. that's that's the whole issue, though. I don't have a manufacturer's license, and to have a manufacturer's license and actually make the powder, I have to go to a certified kitchen like Dave is.
Stupid government. Jeez, man, all you're doing is dehydrating peppers and then crushing them down.
Yep.
Not like you're baking things or, making s'mores or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was another video, man. I'm telling you. And my comment posted was, I don't know where he's getting his definitions from. I don't know if it's different in Canada or what. It's like, I'm just going to add a little bit. Alex's little bit is nowhere near what I consider a little bit. I mean, it's like I knew damn well he had that. This is my cayennetta flakes. I'm just going to use a little. And it's like the whole rest of the bottle. I'm like, I knew he's going to like start dumping everything except for whatever he wants to save. But good old Alex. And he's got the wife in there with him doing cameos and doing his outros and everything with him. It's pretty cool. Then on JT's video, JT, have you ever thought about buying LED glasses when you go down to the basement? Because you said it still bothers you for an hour looking at the purple lights. So have you ever thought about doing that, getting some like $15 LED glasses while you're down there and looking at the lights that doesn't affect your eyes?
He's probably like me, never even heard of them.
Charles told me about them, and I bought a pair that cost me like $12, and now I can go into my little grow area here with the LEDs and don't have an issue. And Rev, read the chat.
Appreciate that, Russ. Thank you.
289
And
super
that's
chat.
good math.
But yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Charles. So sorry, but those glasses, when you got them on, makes everything look a different color, but you can see, and then take them off, and you can see normally again.
You're fine. I mean, like I said, essentially, basically, any kind of those high-powered lights, you're not. If you're looking at them long enough, you're not going to grow what they call grow blind, where you're going to mess up your eyes looking at these lights all the time. And like I said, they're not that costly, $12 to $15. You don't have to get Method 7s and spend $80 on them. I mean, you can get I got the Apollo horticultures. They're like $14, and they work fine. And I've been doing for a couple years now with the LEDs, and I have doesn't bother me at all.
I guess Susie says I need them, except 13 US would be $50 Canadian.
Hey, Russ.
Yeah, those goofy imaginary lines, man.
And then, in case also, if you do have prescription glasses, you have the ones that clip on too, or go over the regular prescription glasses too, just for people who wear glasses.
That's okay. I exaggerated. $45. JT's taking off. See you later, JT.
There, JT.
Have fun with that lasagna. Man, sounds so
our
good.
family would say that it gave you.
I love lasagna, man. I don't like ricotta and I don't like red sauce, but you put that in lasagna and I'm there. Oh, are we jumping to food now?
No.
Talk about pizza. Let's talk about pizza.
Yeah, not there.
Why, Rev? You should go out and get a pizza. If you eat some, you'll like it. Just like you tell me with sweet or
Well,
whatever
different.
pickles,
The
bread and butter
difference
pickles.
is, well, the difference is, you say that you haven't had tomatoes since like the '90s. Like I've had pizza, it just sucks.
Yeah,
Like
I've had.
I worked at a place where they act like people from New York actually came down and was like, dude, your pizza is really good. Because everybody says New York pizza is the best. And there's a bunch of people that lived in New York City that were like, yeah, this pizza is just as good and maybe even better than the stuff I can get in the city. And I heard that all the time. So I'm like, oh, maybe I don't know. Let's see what's going on. And I'd try it. Nope, sucks.
But going back to my comment, you keep telling me to go eat bread and butter pickles when I tell you I don't like them. So anytime you say that, I'm going to say you go eat pizza because I've had bread and butter pickles within the last 2 years and I don't like them. I'm not going to eat them.
I've had bread and butter pickles like within the last 3 months. Those things are awesome.
No,
And I
they
hated
suck.
them growing up.
I've had pizza within the last week and it's really good.
Nah, heck with that.
And now I could say to heck with the bread and butter pickles. So there. Ah,
No, but you already like pickles. That's the argument.
no.
If I was like, I really like white pizza, but I don't like red pizza, then we'd have an argument going for it. Maybe you should eat more red pizza and then you'll like it because you like the white pizza. Just imagine it's the white pizza. Then we'd have an even playing field. I don't care what kind of pizza you got. Supreme, meat lovers. I'll pick the toppings off, maybe eat a little bit of the cheese, but the rest of it, leave it in the box. I don't like pizza. I don't like the dough. I don't like the sauce, the cheese.
Yep.
I can take or leave the cheese.
Yep. Just like I don't like bread and butter pickles. I don't like the flavor. I don't like the texture. I don't like the way that bread and butter pickles taste. So there.
Yeah, but you like pickles.
I
So
like
you could trick
I
your
like
mind into
kosher
liking
pickles and
bread
I
and
like
butter
dill
pickles.
pickles, but I don't like bread and butter pickles.
Yeah, but you could trick your mind into thinking
No.
that you like bread and butter, just making it think like, oh, they're dill. And then whenever you get them in your mouth, you're like, this is a weird tasting dill pickle.
And then I spit them out because I hate them so bad.
Well, I only say that because that's how I trick myself into liking bread and butter pickles. And I'm not
I
saying
don't
they're
like
my
them. I don't eat them.
Well, I'm not saying they're my favorite pickle. I'll take a dill anything over a bread and butter pickle any day. But if you got bread and butter pickles, I'm definitely going after some of those things.
No, not me. They can sit in the jar for a year in my fridge. I don't care. Something that isn't light. Haha. Yep. Rocky says you're un-American, Rev. Everyone likes pizza.
Except this guy right here.
And Dave's here, and Dave, I have no clue what the hell just went on. All I know is that bread and butter pickles in like dill pickles, and dill pickles in like bread and butter pickles, and Rob likes pickles, but pickles doesn't like Rob, and this doesn't like this, and Rev doesn't like pizza white, red pizza. That's all I heard in that whole damn thing. I'm like, what the hell are y'all guys saying?
Dave says, "No, gentlemen, there will be no arguing. Don't make Daddy Dave step in."
I can send that invite if you feel like it.
I don't want to get reprimanded by Daddy Dave.
Oh, I don't mind.
You feel bad.
That'll be comical.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Brian. Remember you used to dress up for Pizza Hut or after a baseball game. Rocky, I don't pizza because I'm un-American. OMG, this
Unen.
phone.
She's
Well, I
unen.
read it as un.
I love your phone, Susie. This is great.
Yeah. We like the typos.
Yeah, some of them can be pretty good, especially when you're terminating seeds.
Yeah.
So let me guess, Susie, you don't like pizza, you love pizza? Or are you in my camp here?
Oh, she says, and I don't pizza because I'm un-American. And there was something else.
I don't like pizza.
Yeah,
But is that because she loves pizza?
I'm thinking probably not. Joe says, I hope everyone has a wonderful night. Thank you all. All right, Joe, have a great night yourself.
Later, Joe.
My left thumbnail was too long.
She says she hates it.
Oh, sweet. Rock on. We can be un-American together.
Even though she's Canadian.
Yeah, well, you know, got to take your battle or your wins when you can get them.
That's true.
Yeah.
There's tons of things I don't like that everybody likes.
Popcorn, pizza,
Chocolate,
chocolate. Yeah.
Candy.
candy. Speaking of that, Rob sent me candy. So I'm going to try some.
Go for
Yeah,
it.
go get it.
Let me go get it real quick.
Oh, I thought you were going to sit there and just pick the bag up.
Yeah, I do like just about every kind of vegetable. I can't think of one vegetable or fruit that I don't really like. I don't really like cantaloupe, but I'll eat that before pizza.
I hate radishes. I hate.
See, I'm not a fan of radishes either. I'm not a fan of radishes either, but you throw them in a salad, I'll eat them. You just got to drown the taste out with something else.
Just like I won't eat rutabaga.
I don't think I've ever had rutabaga.
Oh,
But growing up, we never had Brussels sprouts. And everybody talked crap about Brussels sprouts. They suck. They smell like feet and all this other stuff. Not until I moved here, I moved in with my cousin. He loved Brussels sprouts. And he's like, you want some? I'm like, I've never had them. He's like, you've never had Brussels sprouts? I'm like, no. And so he cooked them. Oh my God, I love it. We never had boiled cabbage. I love boiled cabbage. Turns out that's just stuff my mom didn't like. And it wasn't until like well after I was living here, I brought this subject up to my family. My dad's like, I love Brussels sprouts. I love boiled cabbage. My sister's like, yeah, I love both of those too. I'm like, what the heck? All of us like didn't get to eat that stuff growing up just because mom didn't like it.
I never really was a big fan of Brussels sprouts either, but when you get them done right, like there's a place here called Benji's. They're the salted, roasted Brussels sprouts that they have. Oh my God, they're so good. They're so darn good. If you get them done right, Brussels sprouts are really good. To me, that is.
If you pan fry them with some butter and throw in some bacon too, oh man, like little bacon bits, that is amazing.
see, well, I won't eat cooked cabbage. I won't eat boiled cabbage. It's got to be raw for me to eat it, unless it's sauerkraut. It's the only exception. I can't stand the taste and texture of a cooked cabbage, but I love it raw.
I love all of it.
Susan's in the house.
And I love sauerkraut. What's up, Susan?
Yeah, I can eat sauerkraut every day. It doesn't like me, but and then like pak choy is so close to cabbage that I'll make. I won't put any lettuce in a salad. I'll just make it out of pak choy and scarf it down.
Yeah.
Cilantro is awesome. Uh-oh. Looks like we have another disagreement.
Well, Susie said cilantro is the worst.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't really like cilantro, but when it's in like some kind of salsa or something, I like that added flavor that it gives.
I'll take an added. I got a bottle of it, and I'll take an added when I'm cooking.
Cilantro is in every one of my salsas, every one of my sauces. So it's in every one of them. I don't do any of this without them. Cilantro.
I wouldn't walk out to a plant and pick off leaves and just eat them.
I gotta have my street tacos with cilantro and onions.
Ooh, that would be so good.
Like Jillian says, cilantro fresh in a taco.
Oh yeah, so good. Street tacos. Oh,
At Mexican restaurant I've been talking about, they make their own homemade salsa, and you can definitely taste the cilantro in the salsa.
yeah.
I like to get my tacos and dip them into the salsa.
Brussels sprouts have to be fresh and cooked right. If they are older, they get bitter.
Or if they're older, you just drown them in butter and put a bunch of salt all over them. That'll take care of them.
All right, we should turn the camera over to Charles because he came back with some Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate from Rob Blumberg.
Hot chocolate, it says.
Yep, hot chocolate. Then these pieces, as you can see, are are fairly thick pieces, and as you can see, they have little nuggets and everything in there. It looks awesome. So we'll see how this is, and I guess I'll start out with doing a Rob Z amount. Oh, here you go. This is supposed to be spicy hot chocolate. You see this, guys? Okay.
Yeah, you're exaggerating it a bit.
Yeah, I think you got like twice the size.
I like to try things small. What can I say?
Oh my God. Hold on, let me go find some cheese.
Fine, I just won't do anymore. Can't say anything else on camera. Don't like it.
Really good, Blumberg.
Oh,
Yes, it does have a kick. They're really good, though. Yep. I forgot. He told me which calories he put in here. Ooh.
Your face turned red. So yeah, they got a kick to them.
Yes, I do. Ooh. Ooh. Holy crap.
So maybe a small my size bit would have been perfect then.
Yeah, that little piece probably would have been the best.
Yeah, a respectable my little piece. Yeah.
Whew. And then the dogs are trying to lick my fingers too. It's not helping. I'm trying to get away from that. All right, Blumberg, this isn't no joke.
He says, "Come on, Charles, it's just candy."
I know it's just candy, but Lord, sir, now I know why you're running low on powders. Yeah, the pieces just, whew, they just went in wrong.
Scott says, "I feel you, Charles. They have some."
Scott, I'm not joking, man. They're freaking hot. Whew. And like I said, if they go down the wrong pipe or whatever and get you, that's what got caught in me. Yeah, every bit, Rocky. They're every bit as hot as Brando's.
Geez, Bloom, you put fire in those, eh? Nice. Has someone's tolerance gone down?
I don't know. I don't think so. I just think these are freaking hot. Because it reacts different than Brando's. It just, this one, I mean, just it just gets you real quick. Brando's, I mean, kind of eased into me. Are you going in? I guess maybe because of the consistency of the chocolate and how the chocolate is, because you know how brand. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a scientist or something on that, but I guess because this one kind of crumbled faster, and it just kind of just crumbles in there because it's easier to break apart and not that mold. But it's good though. I mean, I'm all right. I'm just saying it was freaking hot. But I think, like I said, a lot of it had to do with it breaking apart and going in. Kind of how yours was when you did that strawberry one, or which one was it? The salted caramel, whichever one you had issues with.
There's one of the strawberry ones is one
Yeah.
that really messed me up.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's kind of went down now, but yeah, it was good. I would. It was pretty hot season.
Chocolate lava. I have all those candy molds. I was thinking of making up some, not quite as hot as that hot chocolates.
Did you get this hot chocolate?
Hmm?
Did you get some of this hot chocolate?
No, but it's easy enough to melt the chocolate down, add the spices, and put it into small forms. I got two 50 spot candy molds.
Yeah.
And I did that with the ahi lemon drop and the Bohemian coat and the MOA Scotch bonnet. And people were liking them. Just about made one guy cry, but that's beside the point.
Oh, I mean, like Brandon, I mean, your chocolates are awesome. I mean, I like. I said, I'm still eating some of the salted caramel ones.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I
didn't
love the
send
flavor on them.
I didn't send ones to you guys to just get you with just heat was going for flavor as well. Yeah, they have good flavor. Just more heat than I was expecting, but yeah. Mine are all gone. Mine were gone a
Yeah, but
couple days after.
I ordered more. So that was the other batch.
Brandon, my first batch of hot sauce was just heat. Then I decided I had to add some flavor or else it loses its purpose. I agree. I'll be back in a minute. You
All right.
okay, Charles?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm thinking about actually eating some more. Oh, that's right. He was saying it was a Heath bar. I think that's what he told me. You know, that piece wasn't as hot as the first piece.
Maybe you got a chunk of powder.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, Susie. Same with me. I tried to make. Well, the only sauce I ever tried to make was straight habaneros and what the heck was it? Cane sugar. It was some kind of vinegar and mangoes. I thought, yeah, the mangoes will give it like a fruity taste. Nope, straight heat. It was just tasted like I was just eating pureed habaneros.
How many habaneros you had?
I forget, like 20 in one bottle or two bottles,
Oh, yeah.
or I don't know, but it was the ratio was like a lot of habaneros to like I forget if it was one mango or half a mango or something. Well, we'll just put it this way. I didn't have a recipe. I just made things.
I don't have a recipe either. I just throw in whatever I fill in there. And at the time. No, I'm just
That's-
joking. I do have a recipe.
I was gonna say, so you go about it Alex style. A
No,
little bit of this, a little bit. Well, maybe a lot of that.
no, I know exactly the measurements for everything.
Or wait, no, I do remember. It was like 20 habaneros and 1 bell pepper.
So that's where you went wrong.
Yeah, I only fermented mine for I think a week.
And I don't do any fermented sauces yet.
I think that's where I went wrong. I think I should have just, made a sauce, not tried to make a fermented sauce. Because I don't even think I did the fermented sauce part right. That's hilarious. Salsa remorse. Straight ghost peppers would be great. I love ghost peppers. Peach ghost, that's where it's at. That's got to be one of my all-time favorite hot peppers. I like habaneros. They're good, but... Oh, and when I made my sauce, I was at the beginning of my growing stage, and the grocery store had a pile of habaneros pop in. So that's why I went with them. I didn't even grow them myself. But I didn't want to wait for my peppers to actually produce. That sounds good. Carrots, onions, garlic, peppercorns, Fresno, 1 ghost, and only 1 ghost? And 1 habanero. I've never, well, I've only made 1 sauce, but I've never made it with carrots and onions. I've had sauces with that, and they're usually pretty good. And by good, I don't mean like good, like put it on stuff. It's usually good, like put it on chicken and then cook the chicken. What was it? It was Dave's Insanity sauce, but it was like I forget. It was Caribbean something, Caribbean jerk, Caribbean something, whatever it was. And I remember I got it. I think I put it up on Pepper Lovers like 2 years ago, and said like this sauce sucks. Well, I found out that yeah, it sucks if you use it, but if you put it on chicken and then like grill it or bake it or whatever, completely different animal. That stuff was really, really good. I used that entire bottle. Or did I? Maybe I don't know. Maybe I still have it. Nope, it's gone. I used the entire thing.
So how'd the second piece go?
It's fine. It's still hot.
But you're not hiccuping at least.
Now, like I said, I think it was a pocket of the powder or that piece that broke off and just went there. It was hot. Like I said, I'm not joking around. It's hot. It just,
Aaron's in the house.
What's up, Aaron?
it's going.
Brando said peach ghost scorpions are tasty. I've never had anything ghost scorpion. I grew a Jay's peach ghost scorpion and never got a pot off of the thing.
You saw a few live streams ago that purple ghost scorpion I had. That one really did a number on me. So I gave it to a coworker, my second one. I was, who tolerates heat pretty well too, and same kind of thing. He was saying was pretty close to. It was up there. So I don't know, it's just a hot pod.
Yeah, we've already had Batman here. We got Aaron here now. So don't forget to hit the Barrett and Bear show tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
Well,
Less than 24 hours. We'll be live on Batman's channel. Make it Wayne. Shameless plug.
Yep.
The only kind of plugs I do.
Maybe Sue's going to be on there. You never know.
Yeah. Susan said she'd love to be on the Bat and Bear show. I believe I remember her saying, what did she tell me? Absolutely not. I'll never be on your live stream. But she'll be on the Bat and Bear show sometime, so look forward to that.
Rocky says, I've eaten Beauregard's Infernal Sauce from Charles on every meal for the last 2 weeks. Great stuff. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Rev, I could send you or send one your way this year if you're down for it.
What a Jay's Peach Go Scorpion? Yeah, I'll try it.
Oh, Aaron, don't tell me you're doing a giveaway tomorrow.
Yep.
Light giveaway.
Yeah.
I know, but I do my live stream the same time they do.
And that's a kick-ass light too.
Yeah.
Dang it.
He's actually got a sticker that says Kick-Ass on it, like the movie.
Yeah, I don't know what kick-ass LED lights are, but everybody was saying that they are. That light that he has is. So I'm going with what everybody else says because I'm just an idiot. I go on Amazon and I'm like, what? $20 for an LED light? Must be good. And those ones aren't good, people, by the way. I have not been impressed by the two that I got. I bought two. I think I paid like $39 for two of them, and one broke within like a week or 2 weeks. The other one's been working fine for like a year and a half now, but it's pretty funny looking emoji there, Susan. The funny thing is I can actually see you making that face right now. Only you're not saying Rev. But yeah, Brando, Jay's Peach Goes Scorpion, that's cool. I think I tried to grow all the rest of the seeds I had. But yeah, absolutely. I'll try it. Oh, and Susan, by not saying Rev, I meant you were muttering swear words. Because we all know you weren't. If you do the math, yeah, you're probably about right, Susie. $40 for two in America, $140 for one Canadian. That's about right.
And then, Rev, you should be getting your sauces soon.
What's that?
Your sauces.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I took the garbage out right before I went live, and nothing in the mailbox except for a Capital One wanting me to get a credit card.
But yeah, so those, three of them, so we'll try those out.
Sweet. Well, with this whole Canadian, costing everything a lot more, can't we all, like, as Canadians and Americans, come together and say enough is enough? Like, yeah, it goes across the border, but why can't we, like, bring down the cost of shipping? Because this is really getting ridiculous. It's the more I interact with Canadians, it is ridiculous that they can't go on, like, American Amazon and order stuff and get it to them. So what? Make it take an extra week. Like, I'm sure everybody can agree that, okay, fine, it has to go through customs. Then let it take an extra week. But why does it have to cost more? Like, if you're buying it from Minnesota and it's going to Winnipeg, what's the difference than if you're buying it in Vermont and it's going to California? That's like 4 times the distance. Why can't, why is the shipping like 4 times more just to go across the imaginary line? We all should come together when some kind of, like, how they're doing all these marches and stuff. We all should have one of those marches.
We should say enough of the march stuff.
Yeah, enough is enough. Because when you think about it, it is ridiculous. Like, yeah, it's got to go through customs. It goes across an imaginary line. But so what? Make it take like 5 extra days. Hold it up at the border. Make sure you, like, x-ray it and everything or whatever. But why does it have to cost, 20 times more in shipping just because it goes across the imaginary line? Just make it take longer.
Just start a campaign, Rev.
We should. All of us should. I don't know. The more I think about it, the more ridiculous it is. It's not like it's going from here to Ireland, so it's got to go across the ocean. You know, I mean, it's going on a truck or a plane, you know, the same way it is like if I ship something from me in North Carolina to California. Why would that cost more than if I send it to Troll in Ontario? Like California is at least twice as far. Something to think about, people.
Okay, this Crimson Blaze is still as hot as it was Monday.
I really wish you could try some of this chocolate. This chocolate's hot.
And this jerky's hot.
No, the jerky wasn't as hot as the chocolate.
I don't want any then.
And like Susie said, she ordered seeds from Pepper Joe's and they held them at customs for 3 days. Okay, well, that's fine. Like, I get that. Probably thought it was the weed. Yeah, and, well, we could eliminate that whole thing by just making the weed legal across the board, and then we don't have to worry about that stupid drug war anymore. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all remember the, 1919 to 19, what was it, 29? The Prohibition, or maybe it was 31. Whatever. Prohibition didn't work back then. I'm sure it didn't work from 1933 all the way until 2018. But we could eliminate that whole problem right there. But just say that, oh, the weed is so bad and we need to make sure that it doesn't come into our country. Fine. Hold it up at the border and make sure it's not. But even so, why is the shipping, why is it if I ship something to Charles and it's like 29 cents, but if I send it to Susie, it's like $16? That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the paper pushers would lose their jobs, Aaron. That might be the price we have to pay. They're trying to do automated cars in America, and that'll cost millions of people their jobs if they actually have automated, big rigs and stuff like that. But they don't seem concerned about that. They're moving forward with that. But paper pushers losing their job. Oh my God, it's the end of the world.
I'll pass on that automated car.
Oh, same here. And it has nothing to do with that, what was it, Arizona lady getting killed by an automated Uber last week. No, I enjoy driving. And what about this? Okay, so you get an automated car. What if you're out at the bar drinking? You set the thing like, take me to my house, and let the automated car do it. You sit in the back seat. You're not even there able to even drive. Are you getting a DUI if you get pulled over? Because that seems kind of stupid. I mean, in my mind, that's like taking a taxi. The car's doing all the work. That'd be like having a taxi driver do it.
I'm looking at Scott's thing. I think it's his post office. I sent Scott sauce too, and now he was the only person that had a bottle that was broken. And he said that Rob sent him some sauce, and he said that was broken too.
The broken stuff I kind of get, only because it's, they're trying to do it as fast as possible, and like I get that. I don't agree with it, but I get that part of it.
Scott specifically.
Yeah.
Scott's the only person I've seen that had it broke twice, like mine and Rob's.
Oh, hang on, I gotta mute myself here.
Okay. Kind of wait to see where he clicks on the unmute or whatever. Oh, he can still hear us.
Yep.
Forgot about that. Like if he couldn't hear us, I'll be talking crap about him. Like, Rev's a real big piece of, and he's really just full of And then he like clicks on, what were y'all saying?
Oh,
This is my channel, damn it. I'm taking back control. Y'all too
Yeah.
close to start taking it over.
parents must be showing up with her barking like that. Oh, finally, the heat's starting to die down in this.
Yes, Brando, I am okay.
Special guest boom mic.
Yes. Little,
Brando's probably referring to my microphone being right
he's the
here.
only one that's referred to your microphone. The only one. This would be the second time. So, Brando, does his boom mic upset you?
That's it. Third time he's mentioned it.
Okay, third. Lost count.
If it's any further away, you can't hear me as well. If I keep talking like this and then I go like this, it makes a heck of a difference.
You could always lay down. You could always lay down.
Yeah, and I could have it come up beside the chair, so I'd be off screen and it would be off screen. Yeah,
Good.
I could make him. Yeah. Let's see. Scott says my wife's mom and sister work for them, and they say if it has fragile on the package, they have seen people throw the package. Sucks, but what do you do?
I agree with you, Scott. That's why I don't put fragile on my packages anymore. Plus, I do the padded envelope as well in the single flat rate box. So you got to order those from the USPS and put them in there and then wrap them. But I mean, Scott knows because he packs them that way as well. But you put some bubble wrap around the single flat rate box, then put it in the padded envelope, then tape it again.
Brando's joking. That's all.
All right.
Oh.
Find out. Just want to make sure it wasn't upsetting you.
That's what we
Oh,
all
like
do.
Scott says, yes, me too.
Rev, he's back. No dog barking.
Nope.
He speaks. He makes noise again. Hey, Beatty. Yes, you're late tonight. I'll have to take and put you in the detention corner with. Who else was it?
The detention was out. Anthony put.
Chad was going to put somebody in the detention corner.
Sounds like Rob should be in the detention corner right now.
Yeah.
Me?
You can't remember.
Oh.
Yeah, BD, I like Batman's intro. He did. That was really cool.
That's long enough?
Go to timeout, Rob. Timeout.
My dog's chewing ice.
Yeah, dogs love ice.
Yeah. Well, my dog only likes ice because the other dog liked ice, and so she thought it was a treat. She wanted nothing to do with ice at first, but when the other dog was like, "Oh wow, ice!" and like got all excited and like ate it constantly, then the pit bull was like, "Wait a minute, there's something to that."
And then also, I want to mention to go to Pepper Lovers, and if you haven't seen Gage's post, Rep X510, choose which pod, which is an obvious choice, you'd like for me to try and potentially die on the live stream for. He's growing in a couple weeks because his not Dorset Naga, which the second pod turns out where it looks really like a Dorset Naga. So I believe it is a Dorset Naga. I just think the first pods that he had were kind of the ones that are kind of questionable. You know, you'll have some that don't look right, female wise, when you first start getting pods, and the second one really looks like it. So anyway, I believe he's going to send me B. I'll be trying part of that on the live stream. So it would be the larger pod, not the smaller pod.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like A. Kind of looks funky.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure everybody's going to vote B. And Susan, yes, I have them. I've had them. I grew Dorsets from last year, and I know that they're hot as hell. So they'll be in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, I just voted.
Like I said, I'll be doing like half or less. I'm not doing full pods. Something you don't get the luxury of seeing me do.
Is my timeout over yet?
Oh, you're serious about that?
I've been sitting here at timeout.
Well, you should have went to the corner or something. The little room, your office, or something.
The little room, your office.
I think this room is like 12 by 14.
Now, since you're out of timeout, you can catch up on the chat.
Yeah, I was going to compliment BD on Batman's new intro too. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I really like that one. Also, I don't need a new one, but man, sometimes you just want to have something new, you know? But I've only had mine for what? Not even 2 months. So I'll stick with mine. BD says I'm just hurrying up, starting a few more seeds since some of my transplants passed away or died. It was so weird. The soil was moist with a small fan blowing, and the roots were fine, but then out of nowhere, they died.
Some just die.
Yeah, they were quitters.
Yep.
That's what I took with my latest video. Just quitters.
That's why you always plant more of the ones you want, so you'll have ones kind of weed them out themselves, weed themselves out. But you don't have to do it.
And it said, BD Beats, how does Pepper Donkey get get an intro? Okay. I got you. Can you message me on Hangouts? Cool. Anthony
I like
says, what
how
are you
Chad
starting?
said. Chad said he's feeling better, but damaged his voice, and Susie said, "Yeah, me too," because I was singing to Whitney Houston. She has no mercy. I'd like to see that. You should make that a video and put it up on your channel.
Yellow Ghost in Apocalypse, Anthony. Now that sounded like Yorkie barking instead of a pit bull.
Yeah, it was.
You gonna do another 2 dog video?
No,
Those are amusing.
I've had enough. You can go back and watch them.
But can I do that?
Got a pile of them up.
Yeah. Always.
Yeah.
I see Susie was saying she's going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone bee.
Yeah. Love that. Great video update plus Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
That's my favorite kind of stone bee. Two birds with one stone bee. And I'll believe that when I see it. I do love the typos.
Yep.
I live for the typos.
Yeah, Speedy, he tried the chocolates. You can have another one.
Yeah.
Or you can at least show him the size of the pieces.
And they're like this. As you can see, they're fairly large in pieces. I don't know if you can really see, but as you can see here on the side, they're pretty thick. And as you can see, they have Heath bars and nougats and stuff in there. So, oh, as you can see, it's a Ziploc bag. This is hot chocolate. All right, Rev, I'll leave. I'll stop it.
Telling you, man, you only hear it on YouTube. But speaking of typos, Susie said it's a long weekend. You'll probably see it between now and Sunday. Yeah, who's
Like,
Mayol?
who's my old?
Yeah, you said what? Chad said whose.
Yeah, who is?
It'll be, oh, you'll. I accidentally hit the M instead of the comma. Hmm. Well, I'm almost done with the jerky.
That says, me and my youngest daughter just ate some. Charles, it's still hot. I know it's hot. Trust me, it's hot. It wasn't, like I said, as you can see, it says hot chocolate for a reason.
I was going to start a whole video about just things that you hear from gardeners on YouTube. Just different words and stuff that they say. And that was one phrase, as you can see. But then I kept watching more and more different YouTube videos, and it's everybody on YouTube says that.
Yeah. As you can see, my garden is a lot bigger than it was last year. As you can see, I'm only growing 30 plants as opposed to 50 plants, or vice versa. As you can see, my Swiss chard is not doing as well as it did last year. As you can see, the lettuce looks wonderful this year.
Oh, yeah, and it doesn't stop with like gardening. It's like if you watch some guy like rebuilding a car, and he's like, as you can see over here, the hot side of the turbo, and you know, blah 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 blah. As you can see, I still haven't finished the exhaust, but I'm getting there.
As you can see, the Lamborghini on the right is way faster than the Lamborghini on the left.
As you can see, the Lamborghini on the left is way faster than the Pinto on the right.
Right.
I don't know why, but for some reason, it's just something about the V12 versus the six-cylinder.
They came
Hey,
with
you're not
four
on this live stream. Chill out over there.
Pintos came with 4 cylinders in them. A friend of mine put a 302 under the hood of one.
They're trying to tell you, Brad, that the Pintos was fun.
Yeah, it screamed pretty good.
I'm on a damn live stream. Quiet down over there, peanut butter. Jesus, man.
I bored you.
No, you're unmuted.
Oh, man.
Rob's trying to catch up with the chat.
And let's see. Susie says there's a gardening show this weekend. I might check it out. Get some pointers. Cool. Other app says I use my super hot mix in the chocolate and a little crimson blaze, but mostly my super hot mix. And from what I've heard about your super hot mix, I don't want to try one of those pieces of chocolate. No.
I believe that's a challenge, Rob.
No, because it seems to me that this is some of his hot mix. I don't know if this is the super hot mix, but this is one of his hot mixes. A little bit on the warm side for you. Although that last piece of the Crimson Blaze jerky, I'm not even tasting it. Well, that's got me wondering. Maybe I burned my taste buds out.
This weekend, Rob will be at the local BW3s doing the wing challenge, folks. So if you're in the wherever area, blank area, go check Rob at his local eatery, BW3s wing challenge, where he gets his T-shirt finally.
Just south of center of Minnesota. That's very specific.
Yes.
100 miles north of the Iowa border. There's only one B-dubs that I know of that's 100 miles north of the Iowa border.
There you go. You could
Do some
probably
research. Google Earth. Google, figure it out. You'll figure out where Rob is.
there you go.
Within 40 miles.
Susie, you could probably make it down there.
Alex is in the house. Says hi, everyone.
I'm doing a rough estimate. I don't even know exactly where Rob's at, but it's only about 7 hours south of you, Susie. And there's no specific time when he's going to be there, so I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yes.
JRF is in the house. Don't know this person, but hi.
I do.
JRF.
Hey.
Yeah, it's 7 hours, huh? That's not so bad. Drive to the border, talk to the border patrol guys to let you toss a package over. They can inspect it. Then I'll drive it back down here and ship it out and save a lot on shipping. It cost me a lot in gas, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Robbie. Much appreciated, bud. That's from Scott. So, Alex, who are you sending all of those s'mores to? I watched the video at least 3 times and I'm going, again. Like with the crispy ones.
Yes. And like I said in my comment, I was questioning how people in Canada use measurements, because your measurements just a little here, just a little there, totally different than mine, just a little.
Yeah, I got measuring spoons that go all the way down to a drop. They're really cool. Susie says, laughing my backside off sounds like a plan B. Plan drop. Other app says, you're welcome, Scott. Sorry about the sauce, but we'll figure it out and I'll make it up to you. Thanks for being so good to me, bud. Barnyard Chicken is in the house.
What's up,
And that goes for everybody too, for me too. Rob and Scott and everybody, there's just so many good people. And like I said, you just don't, you got to really appreciate what people do. So let everybody know that there's just so many good people around the PLC and what they do. So again, as we found out, with Rev and your Raise the Roof
Okay, ready for a show and tell? This one is a drop. That's a drop measuring spoon. This one's a smidgen. That's a smidgen. See how big my finger is? That's a smidgen. This one's a pinch. This one's a dash. And this one's a tad. So actual measuring spoons that have all of those dimensions on them. I thought it was hilarious.
It is cool.
Yeah, they're like $3 on eBay.
Oh, cool.
That's as good as the blinker fluid or the muffler bearings.
Right.
Yep. But hey, if you want to put in a drop of powder, you get out this spoon, put it in, level it off. There's a drop.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be Alex.
No.
No, but see,
Alex Flake's eyeing it up.
Yeah. I mean, that would just take the fun out of watching him cook. If he got
Apparently-
some stuff on us.
apparently Anthony's taken off. Have a good night, Anthony.
Later, Anthony.
And
There,
Anthony says some cool measuring spoons, Rob.
Look
Yeah.
at the devil. He shows up.
Leaker fluid, yeah.
My
Muffler
favorite.
bearings.
Oh yeah, definitely muffler bearings.
I thought these measuring spoons were so cool. I got myself a set and my sister a set. She just laughed.
It is pretty funny.
But, you know, somebody says half a teaspoon. Well, how much is half a teaspoon? Well, half a teaspoon is a tad. That's half a teaspoon. Let's see here. Julian says, yeah, thought of that too, laughing out loud. Must be a Canadian thing. I see those on Amazon too, Rob. Cool spoons. Yeah.
We need to get measuring spoons that are exactly 3 grams and 2 grams. So that when you're doing powder, you know exactly how much 3 grams, 2 grams are. So that would make master blend go so much easier.
3 grams is exactly 1 teaspoon.
Every time?
Every time I've done it.
So, okay.
Or is it a tablespoon?
I don't know. See, I use a scale.
Yeah, because it fits in a 1 by 1.5 inch bag just perfectly.
Okay. So what is it again?
I think it's a teaspoon. A leveled off actual measuring spoon teaspoon. Because when we pack the bags up, we take it out of the jar that I put it in, level it off, put it through a funnel down into the bag and seal the bag, and it fills it just perfect.
Okay.
Alex uses the metric system, so it's different. I bet you could find one. But yeah, and when I'm giving the powders away, I don't try to be overly specific, but I just weigh the bags afterwards so I know how much is in them. And when Adam did the scorpion pepper powder challenge, we weighed the pack beforehand, and it was exactly 3 grams that a powder that he shoved in his mouth. So yeah. And for people that come in and get the powders all the time, I'll actually do 3 by 3 bags for them. That way they don't have to come back as often. But there's a guy that's opening a restaurant across the street from my shop.
Uh-huh.
And I was talking to him about the peppers and told him, well, he says, well, why don't you sell them? And I said, well, I don't have a manufacturer's license, so I can't sell them.
I know.
He says, oh, well, you know, I have a manufacturer's license. I could take them, pack them up for you and sell them. Cool. So that might be an outlet. I use the Rob system. It's kind of like Alex's metric system. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. If it looks right, then yeah, it's good to go.
Just put enough in there. Okay, that's good enough.
Yeah, that's good enough.
The
Close
container's
enough.
empty, so that's good enough.
Yeah. Like there's this one dish that I make, and I make huge batches of it, and I don't measure out anything that I put in it. I just put bit of this, bit of that, bit of this, bit of that. You know, there's like 10, 12 ingredients in it, and I don't measure out much of anything. But yeah, every time it's different.
So if you can only grow 5 peppers, what would it be and why? Well, for Rob, we're gonna answer for him. You know one of them already.
You mean 4 of them,
Yeah.
and they're all ahi lemons.
Yes.
I would do peach ghost and every ahi variety that I have afterwards.
For 5.
Yeah, so I guess this year would be ahi jabito, ahi lemon, ahi pineapple, and ahi mango.
I mean, I would do.
I guess 6 would be sugar rush.
I would do shishito. I would do sugar rush peach. Um, Jace peach go scorpion. And then I would just be hard after that. But I would pick 2 that are kind of, so you kind of have a range of different things. So I don't know. That's a tough one. To just do 5.
And why?
I mean, for me, I would go because shishitos, if you get cooked with them, they're very good cooking pepper. Then the sugar rush, you can do so many things with them. They have a little bit of enough heat, but they taste so good. I mean, that's just a good tasting pepper. And what it was, did I say a third one? Oh, Jace Peach Go Scorpion. Jace Peach Go Scorpion's got a unique taste, very good, and it's got heat. So it's got everything going for that too. And I don't know, I had to pick 2 others.
I like what EDB said, ahi shu, the sneezing pepper.
If I were to pick 5, it would be ahi lemon drop, of course, because it's my favorite pepper, favorite powder, and I really like the flavor of it. It goes with just about everything. My second would be the shishito for the same reason that Charles just said. It's a really good pepper to grow with, and it's a nice pepper that you can sit and eat by itself with just a bit of ranch dressing. Get some heat out of it and play roulette and get your mouth blown off. But yeah, after that would be the MOA, not the MOA, the chocolate Scotch bonnet, because I really like the flavor and the heat of those. The Pickers Gills orange, because I like the flavor and the heat of those, and that's such a unique shape. And then probably the tiger's teeth, because the tiger's teeth has a rather unique flavor to it too. Good amount of heat, but in pepper form or powder form, it'll take and change the overall flavor of a dish, not just with heat, but the overall flavorings will take over a bunch of different things. So the tiger's teeth is really good to cook with. Um, the chocolate Scotch bonnet is good to cook with, but it's more of a heat and maybe a little bit of a almost not really a bitter, but it gives it more of a earthy flavor when you're cooking with it, and I like that. So those are the 5 that I would grow if I could only grow 5.
I guess for the 4th one, I would grow. I can't be specific, but one of the better tasting habanero. So because I just like habaneros because I think they're very diverse. They could go in a lot of different things and a lot of different direction. So some habanero. I mean, just you'd have to pick your favorite habanero, and I still don't know. I mean, I still love the Bohemian Goat, so I guess I would say Bohemian Goat. because I just like that. That's just an all around good tasting pepper with a pretty good amount of heat. So I guess that would be my five. So the Cheeto, uh, habanero, sugar rush peach, ace pisco scorpion, and the Bohemian goat. That would be my five if I could only grow five.
Rocky says 7-pot white, very hot but sweet. Buchaloki, unique, smoky flavor. Ahi lemon for the citrus flavor. Shepherd Ram, went off the screen. Ram's horn. Okay, sorry. Other Rob says jalapeno cayenne, yellow jacket, ahi lemon, sugar rush peach. I would like more, but if I could only have five, those are them. I have a lot of new ones for me this year. Those, so we'll see later. Now there's three people that have said ahi lemon drop. So it's a good pepper, man.
Okay, so this is the thing. I don't think I've ever had an ahi lemon. I've had pineapple, but I haven't had a lemon. So I'm growing lemons this year, so I can't tell you until after this season if I really like an ahi lemon.
Yeah, same here. I've grown them before, but one of them my dog ate, and the other one I put it into a really crappy system, and it didn't really produce any pods.
And then Derek also said his Darth Maul sprouted today.
Sweet.
Congratulations, Derek.
Yeah, you'll get to see that Star Wars looking killers.
Yeah, so if you get that Jabba the Hutt going, you'll be doing all right. Yeah, that's a tough question. So
Now,
I'm glad that I don't have to worry about that problem because I have 153 more varieties to choose from this year, so I don't have to worry about that specific. So if you grow 158, you don't have to worry about just the five.
you said you've had the ahi pineapple, right?
Pineapple, yes. I've had pineapple. I have ahi orange, ahi rojo. Let's see, what other ones do I have? The mangoes, both finos. Yes, those are the ahis that I've had.
Okay, going back to my question, you've had the ahi pineapple. So when you eat one of those, have you had one straight up?
Yes, I would. Yeah,
Yep, same here.
Did you get like a soapy aftertaste with it? Like somebody washed it under Dawn dishwashing soap and didn't get all the soap off?
I think we talked about that, but I got on one. I had a weird taste to it. I wouldn't say soap necessarily, but it could have been a soapy taste. But it had a weird taste to it.
Yeah. See, that's one of the reasons why I don't do the ahi pineapples. The ahi lemon drops don't have that um, extra whatever flavor. I equate it to soap, but and a few other people that have tried them do the same thing. But
Yeah,
the ahi lemon drops, they may look the exact same, but they don't taste the same. The ahi lemon drops have more of a citrus type flavor to them. So you'll
Yeah,
probably enjoy it.
I've heard the same thing from a lot of people that the pineapples taste like soap, but the ones I grew, I didn't have any kind of soap taste at all.
Yeah, but that's been my experience with the pineapples, and that's from ahi pineapples from two different people.
Have you ever had
Uh,
an orange pineapple?
No,
I'm growing that this year as well.
Stephen
What?
Rob, other Rob says ahi pineapple do taste soapy.
Yeah, and I've had ahi pineapple from two different people too. Myself and Aaron Hernandez sent me some, and neither one tasted soapy to me at all. They actually tasted really good.
And Kyle's saying, "What's the difference between lemon drop and lemon?" There is no difference. They're the same thing.
No, he said lemon drop and limo.
Oh.
I've never had a limo, so and don't know what a limo looks like.
No, but the lemon drop and the ahi lemon, those are the same thing.
Yeah, if that's limon as a typo, then yeah, those are the exact same. A limon and a lemon are both the same. Yeah. And other Rob says I've never had a shishito before.
They're
Okay.
good.
Yes.
Yeah. They grow about yay big. They're like an elongated bell pepper, almost like a Hungarian wax, only a little bit longer. No, a little bit shorter. little bit more stout. Bright red, nice and sweet, good flavor to them. Scoville scale is about 500 or so, unless you get the roulette one, which will be about 5,000.
Oh yeah, that's what I like about them. But mine were never bell-like. Mine were like almost cayenne looking.
Yeah, well, that's what I was trying to say. Longer than a bell, but yeah,
Well, they were like skinny and long. But like you said, they're kind of like a roulette pepper. Like you could have one that you take off the plant and it has no heat at all. And then you get another one and you're like, whoa, that thing actually has some heat.
yeah,
They're like this. I mean, mine were smaller, but I cut the tops off. But they're frozen too.
yeah.
But yeah, then they'll turn that that red, or turn the red color. But I always picked them green.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get a really bright, vivid red color.
Oh yeah. I try to pick them green.
Yeah, and I don't really have a preference, or because I don't think I've tried either one, but I have tried the green, and the green is awesome. And every time I see someone cooking with them, it's usually with the greens.
Yeah.
And yes, they are usually at your local box store. I've seen them at my local box store every single year now. Actually, I think that's where I got my original seeds from. Oh yeah, and I got seeds from the Shishido, and that's where I sent them to Chad.
Grab me a pack too, Kyle. Yeah, Kyle says I seen him at Walmart the other day, in the seeds, and hesitated. Now I'm gonna have to go get some. Oh, gotta see.
Yeah, mine were really small though. I wanted mine to have that bigger look to them, but mine were all fairly small. Produced like hell though. I mean, it's another one that's just crazy. It'll just sit there and produce all day long for you. Just produce and produce and produce, and every time you turn around, there's more on the plant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of like a cayenne.
Yeah, Devin's father grew one last year, and they were coming out, good 5-6 inches tall. And Devin brought one in and says, "Here, try this." And we got a normal one, so 500 Scoville. Ate it, thought it was good and everything. And I said, "Yeah, I wouldn't mind having some more of these." So he brings me back a gallon bag of them the next day. Here, have some. We have so many, we don't know what to do with them. And I got into one and was eating it. Got into the second one, took the first bite, and it was a roulette one. And it's like, whoa! It just totally shocks you. It's not like it's overly hot or anything, but you go from 500 to maybe 5,000 on the Scoville scale. It's fun.
Yeah, and that was the same exact thing as me. My very first one, I'm like, "Oh, let's try this." Susan talks highly of them, and I tried it, and I'm like, "Wow, that's a really great tasting pepper. No heat whatsoever." And then the very next one I tried, holy heck, that thing tasted like I was, going from like a bell pepper to a cayenne.
And then to answer Susan's question, that was one of the first seeds that I started last year. I got those from Pepper Joe's. But this year I'm growing the ones that you sent me, so I'm hoping I get the bigger pods. So that's what I'm going for this year.
Susan's asking that cayenne I have first bud ever is producing multiple buds now. Pluck them off. Yes, I misspoke whenever I was saying don't pull them off. I was saying because I don't know if you caught my latest video. I actually addressed that in my latest video, but I have gigantic fingers and they're, hard to get in there on those little tiny buds. I was going to say, wait until they get big enough to pluck off because I don't have those little tiny scissors like everybody else has. So I usually pull them off by hand. So, and especially with your, if like the ones I have on my plants, I'm not going to pick them off. I'm just going to let them ride. But the ones on yours, you still have 2 more months before your plants are going to go outside. So there's no reason to let it focus on trying to produce buds or flowers that way. you're better off just pulling them off, let them go into, focusing on growing up and becoming a nice big plant. Then, once they actually go outside, then let them stay on there.
Yeah.
But if they're indoors for another 2 months, yeah, it's kind of pointless to go ahead and let them do that. But my whole point was let it ride for the time being, not let it ride, period. So I guess in that aspect, I actually misspoke.
The world is coming to an end. Rev made a mistake.
What?
I said the world is coming to an end because Rev made a mistake.
I make mistakes all the time.
I know, that's why it's funny.
Could you repeat that, please?
So it says it's only 6 inches tall. If it's 6 inches tall and budding, pull the buds off.
And especially with 2 more months before you can take them outside.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, I mean, if you got those little tiny scissors, yeah, get in there and snip those things off. But if you don't, and you said you got gigantic fingernails, maybe you want to let them go just a little bit longer so that you can actually get a grip on them and then pull them off.
Or just do like me, and whenever you see a bunch of buds and flowers, I just cut the whole thing off. I mean, I don't even pick around. I just cut the whatever is attached to the branch and cut the whole damn thing off. That's what I do.
Under the bud.
Under the bud, everything.
Because if you cut the whole branch off, it might be all the way down to the dirt.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about in a 3x3 container or a solo cup or whatever, you have a 6 or 7 inch plant, I mean, whatever is right underneath where the flowers or buds are, just cut that off.
Yep.
I mean, just snip it off, the whole thing. Don't even worry about it because it takes too long just picking all these little things. I just cut the whole thing off. Because, I mean, if you're going to take it outside, it's going to do fine once you plant it outside. It's going to, like Rev and everybody else said, once they hit the sun, they're going to go a foot in a week or two. They'll just jump and you have this little plant and go, oh, it's so small. I don't know what's going on with it. It's like this. And the next week is like this. And you need a stake in it already.
Yep. Which, what about you guys? Do you actually stake up your peppers? Because I know Dave usually did, but then he went to the method where they kind of grow into each other like hedge-like, so you don't actually need to. I've been putting mine in those containers, and I've never staked mine. I've used some clips and kind of clipped them up on the wall a little bit, but I've never really actually, staked them up.
I use stake. I use bamboo sticks. I just got 100 and something in today. Some more bamboo. Yep.
Nice.
And then I'm using tomato trellis clips to hold around the branches.
Yeah, I got a pile of those clips years ago, and I think I got like 100 of them, and I think so far I've used, over like the last 3 years, I think I've used 6.
Night, Chad.
Good night. Good night, Chad.
Later, Chad.
Brian says, I have a conversion app, and it says 1 teaspoon is 5 grams. Well, I wasn't 100% sure that it was a teaspoon, but the measuring spoon that we use for filling the bags, it comes out to be 3 grams.
But that also depends on how much humidity you have. If you've got a lot of humidity, that will add water to whatever you're measuring. So if you're measuring master blend or whatever, that'll add weight to the master blend.
It also depends on how dense the material is, because powdered sugar weighs more than granulated sugar.
But that's actually a good point, though, because if 1 gram is, or 1 teaspoon is 5 grams, that might be a really good conversion method. Because if you do have a lot of humidity, like I do, and you're trying to measure out 3 grams of master blend, then maybe you want, 3/5 of a teaspoon versus 3 grams, because you don't want the water weight.
Yeah, when I measure out master blend, I use a teaspoon. I got a little measuring cup that's 5 teaspoons to the top of it. And I fill the whole thing up, level it off at the 5 teaspoons, and then I dump it into a gallon jug, mix it up, then dump that into a 5-gallon jug, fill that with water so it mixes, and then go from there to my 10-gallon tote.
Later, Cal.
Later, Kyle. Later, Chad. Yeah, going back to the bamboo stake, the stakes. I mean, like when I do containers, and if it's so windy, those stakes help out so much with the plant. If you got a lot of wind,
Hey, Kyle.
they just get teared. The wind will tear them to shreds. And at least they have that stake to hold on to. So it seems to work great for me.
And it'll help them grow up because I've had a lot of plants that just kind of droop over and then grow down.
So, I mean, I personally like to stake my plants.
I've staked a couple of plants, but I don't do it all that often. Ahi lemon drops, if they're getting overly loaded, then yeah, I'll take and throw a couple of stakes in them. Otherwise, the peppers get down to hanging on or laying on the ground.
But then, like, I don't know, I forgot what that gardener video, I forgot what the heck his name was. Something with a P.
MH.
MHP?
Yeah, yeah, something. He was saying, that's why he always constantly cut his pepper plants down. So you got that bulkiness in the bottom, so they're not so tall. So if you do prune your pepper plants and keep them down, that canopy will stay lower. Like I don't think my Scotch brains and a couple of them were staked last year, but they had that perfect canopy. They were like 2.5, 3 foot plant with a 2.5, 3 foot wide spread, and they're just like perfect plants. I mean, but some of them just grow crazy. And, then the taller they get, it's harder to keep all the branches and everything going. Because I mean, when you have 6 foot plants, it's a lot tougher.
And that's the argument for topping the peppers. That way they stay low and bushy. But same thing, if you got like a Sugar Rush peach, that thing produces so many pods and they're so big that it just kind of hangs down. Like no matter if it's low and droopy, like I've had ones, you saw last year's videos, those things just went right over the containers they were in.
Yeah.
So Susie's saying, are there certain plants you stake and don't stake, or just when they get tall and can't support the weight of the plant? I do it when they're tall and can't support the weight. I don't want that so much weight on the branches that the peppers get big and start snapping branches off. Because I've gone out and found branches sitting on the ground with 4, 5, 8 peppers on them.
Yeah, and that's a best case scenario. Sometimes you walk out and you find a branch broken off because it can't support the weight.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Laying on the ground, broken off because it couldn't support the weight.
And then the other thing is like if you get the bamboo stakes, say like for me I got the Hydro Farm or whatever it is. Well, they come for like 4 foot stakes. They're like 25 to a bag, and they're $8 a bag. Well, for me, I just get my pipe cutters or whatever and cut them in half, so they're 2 foot. I got twice as many already. So it depends whatever I'm doing, and it's not going to hurt to put if you're doing containers or whatever else. It's not going to hurt to put the bamboo stake in there. So I mean, at the very least, I mean, if you don't like it, you could always take it back out. But then if it's windy or whatever else, it's not going to hurt it. It's going to actually give it support too, if you just have it in there. So that's that's what I like to do.
Yeah, but pretty much like case by case basis though.
Yeah.
If they look like they're going to be flopping over, stake them.
Yeah. Have a good night, JRF.
Like I said, if you use fabric pots or whatever, and then it's windy, like mine, if it was too windy and they were really big plants, they'd fall over all the time. Unless I had them in a 7 or 10 gallon fabric pot. Then they're so heavy on the bottom. Then if they're so heavy on top, they're so heavy on the bottom with all that dirt, they're not going to usually generally fall over. Even though I still did have my Reaper and I think Jay's Peach Ghost fall over in a couple storms last year. But I mean, I had a hell of a lot of storms last year too. So.
Keith saying Rob, and Charles, can you look at the pics of my updates and give them some advice? Charles, we talked about them never growing. They still seem to have not grown. Okay.
I mean, is the root you're using the double cut method, correct? So, I mean, are the roots made it down to the bottom yet? Dog. Because I mean, generally, once they hit nutrients on the bottom, they start taking off. I mean, if you're using double cup, I mean, once they get that good dosage of nutrients, they start taking off. If you have the right amount of light, I mean, you got to have enough light on them too. I mean, like I said, it's hard to say because I've had plants that were like this big, and then hell, within a week they're, I mean, over the cup already as far as their leaf size.
Okay, so the roots are coming out the bottom, and I just okay. I'm feeding them newts. Okay, that's was going to be my next question.
Well, I mean, if the roots are coming out the bottom, then they're growing.
Yeah,
And the soil isn't muddy up on top, right? It's not like overly moist on top. The top should be relatively dry if you're bottom feeding.
It shouldn't be if you're bottom feeding. Top of the soil should be pretty dry. Well, we've said this, and there's been varying results before of whether to go half nutrient or full strength. I go full strength from the time I start using all the way through. I never, I don't mess around doing a half dosage or anything like that. I go full strength, and I give them as much nutrients as I feel like they need.
yeah.
But that's me. I'm impatient and I want them to get as big as possible. So if they don't like the full strength, they'll start telling me. They'll start getting like weird spots on the leaves, or
Burn.
they'll get burnt leaves or dried up leaves, or just weird things. If everything looks healthy, keep going full strength is my opinion. Yeah, I like strictly bottom feeding myself. That's the best way to go. That draws the roots down to the bottom.
Yeah.
And looking at it from the other side, she's only using half the dosage, though, or of the nutrients now. And if they're not growing with half, maybe you should go to full strength to see what happens. When you take and water them, how long does it take for the plant to absorb it all?
And I've seen a lot of people say do half dosage with seedlings. So like very small plants, but your plants look like they're up to the point where you could just go full strength. But that being said, I don't care if mine are seedlings or full, plants that look like they can handle full dosage. I go full dosage.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do? Kill them?
Yeah. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
Is it going to die? Okay. Hope I have an extra couple that are the same variety.
What are you going to kill them? What are you going to do? Kill them, like you said, you wrote instantly.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was meant to with it. Oh, it's probably to the how fast does it absorb it? Well, then they may not. If it's soaking everything up almost instantly. My next question would be: do you have something in the bottom of the pot so that you can get more water in that just the roots are sitting in, or is it the water going or the dirt going down into the water and soaking it up, and the roots are picking up the rest?
Looks like she's got some spacers in there.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't looked. You might want to water more than once a week. I don't know. There's so many variables.
They start soaking it up quicker than once a week. When they start getting big, they start going through that water quick. But then your plant is telling you also how it looks. I mean, if it starts boiling down, then it's really, really dry. If it looks fine, just leave it.
Yep. That's always the way I do it. If it looks fine, I don't water. It's not until it starts drooping that's when I start thinking of. Actually, I've thought of. I think I even said that in my latest update. That's what I'm gonna do from now until they actually start putting off pods. When they start putting off pods, then I'm going back to my, treat them like crap and let them get all wilty and everything. That way it'll stress them all out. But until then, I think I'm just going to go ahead and just water as soon as they need it. As soon as they start drooping a little bit, water them. As a matter of fact, I think I watered mine like Saturday. Yeah, Saturday night, and they already look like they need some water.
I mean, you could tell because, I mean, you should look at your plant leaves and you should see the sheen. There'll be a sheen on them when they're fine. But when they're fixing to start turning, you'll see them flatten. They'll go matte satin color, and then they just turn to start crumbling in, and they just look like hell.
Yeah,
So you can see when the leaves start turning, but that sheen disappears on that leaf. You'll see when it's going to start to turn.
Yeah, you'll see that, and then you'll see the leaf up high, and then all of a sudden it'll just kind of fall over, and like Charles said, then it'll start like curling up and everything, and yeah, then it'll start looking like you're killing it.
Yeah. But just remember, I mean, when I watered the other day, I mean, which took me 2 hours plus, but still, you just go through these plants, and in my case, it's something you don't want to do. I mean, what I did, I mean, I have too many damn plants in my 4x8. There's just too many plants in there, and you can't pay attention to them all. And I don't even know what the heck I got in there until I start taking things out. And then you go and you see things that, like Rev was saying with the Dave's method, where they start all growing like a hedge. Well, all mine are all that same size, and they're just in together with each other. But then when you start taking things out, you see how bad some of them are. You're like, oh crap, this plant looks really, really, really bad. And then you give it water, nutrients, or whatever, and then boom, you go back and look and go, son of a gun, there it is again. And it's just miraculous how they recover it so quick within an hour. Just like this thing looked like it was, it was just, you could write it off as being dead, and then it just comes back fine.
Like, who was it that had that?
Oh yeah, I do got to go with Susan on that though. There's no sheen on the ricotas, just matte fuzz stuff. So that's
Yeah,
like the ricotas.
Like the post today from Habanero Fiero, that one that he had up there. That I've had peppers look like that a lot, and you give them a good drink, and they're back within, I don't know about an hour, like Charles said, but you give them like a day, and they're usually back looking just like they were before. I don't know if his are going to come back like that, but mine usually do.
They usually come back.
I hope they do.
Well, we were talking about my super hots. No sheen on my cayenne or Thais either. And they already started budding. You dogs are cracking me up, Charles.
Yeah, they always crack me up.
They're always, one snoring on the couch, always sleeping next to me. The other one, sometimes fine, but always looking for a ball that he's knocked underneath the entertainment center, or a ball that he's knocked underneath the bed, or wherever he's done, and he's just dead set on getting it. They can't wait. Can't wait until 29 more minutes. No, he's got to do it now. You're on his time, so it's.
But that's not because of the kind of dog. It's because, how old is it?
It's 17 months, a little over a year. He's a puppy
That'll do it.
still, and he's just, I don't know, a handful. I love him to death though, but damn, this dog's a handful.
He's the talkative one.
Oh yeah, he'll let you know how he's feeling. Right now, he's wanting to let me know that he wants not the ball that's right there or the ball that's right there, but he wants the ball that's underneath there and underneath the entertainment center. And you
I
can
love
go
it.
over and get one of these balls right here, there, and there, but no.
I love it.
As
The
you can
young one.
see, as you can see, he wants the one underneath the entertainment center.
I love it. The young one is very talkative when he's awake, and your older one is talkative when it's sleeping.
She is a very noisy dog. She's had her nose done and everything, and she still snores. And he doesn't need anything because he's just gonna be vocal about everything.
And
What?
Susie, no. Um, once the roots come through the bottom of the cup, no. There's a lot of the times I look at them and the bottom cup is completely bone dry as well as the roots.
Yeah,
I guess
especially in here.
like ideally you would probably want to keep them wet, but then you're kind of going into like cracky or deep water culture style. That's not exactly the double cup method. But that's how I usually grow mine. I'll take them once the roots come out the bottom, I'll just take them and put them into a bigger container, put them in there, fill the water level up to the bottom of the cups, and the roots will just grow down into the water as the water level goes down. And whenever you do that, you don't really have to worry about, you know, watering at that point, unless they look crappy.
Yeah. Let's see. Paul is saying I don't keep it constantly wet on the bottom. I don't either. It's always bone dry. Like I said, you'll have the air roots all fuzzy everywhere, looking for water.
And usually with mine, the air roots are in the cup still, between like the bottom of the cup and wherever like the bottom of the stem is, and that's usually where my air roots stay. But yeah, same thing. Like when I go to water, it is absolutely bone dry, not a little tiny bit of water, not one drop at all in the bottom cup.
You can also fill the cup too. You know if it's got something in, or if it's still moist. I mean, even the soil, it's just wicking it up. You can tell that the cup is still heavy. It's got moisture in there somewhere.
Yep. Yeah, mine are usually so light that if they were outside and the wind would blow, they would fall over.
Yeah. And Susan was asking about you both like cayenne, so how do you use them? Fresh snackers or whichever way. You know, Alex did a cayenne video the other day, and I wasn't joking. I've never had a fresh cayenne. I've had cayenne powder. I've never had a fresh cayenne pepper. I was going to grow them this year, but that one just didn't sprout. The yellow cayenne. So, I didn't retry to regrow any seeds or anything.
Yeah, I drew the dragon cayenne and they were really seedy. Tons of seed. I mean, they were only like this big with like 40 seeds in them. And very prolific. I mean, I probably had like 200 on that plant. But I don't think I've ever grown any other cayennes. I don't think I've ever grown just straight up cayenne, only the dragon cayenne.
I have no clue what this dog is trying to do.
Annoy you.
No, I think he's after a bug.
That's even better.
I think he sees a mosquito. Hold on.
Well, Rob says he likes them for snacking or fresh garnish or fresh in dishes or powders or flakes. I've done powders. Well, Bernie likes some fresh in salads. That would be pretty interesting. Yeah, the Dragon Cayenne I had, I'm not joking, I think I had like 200 pods at one time on that thing. I've heard of the Golden Cayennes. I don't remember exactly what the Dragon Cayenne is, but I believe on average the regular Cayenne is about 30,000.
Yeah, the Dragon, I believe, is right about 30,000 too. But they're just a bigger species. They're a lot longer.
Rob likes mincing them up and putting them in his eggs in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Yeah, Rob says mild heat to me, Susan. I can take much more than Cayenne. Yes, he can.
Yeah.
Take that with a grain of salt, Susan.
Dragon Cayenne is a cross with Thai, I believe. Oh. Actually, might have some Dragon Cayenne seeds right in my hand.
What's up, Jared?
Oh, there's Jared. 20 minutes before we close again. Nope, I don't have my Dragon Cayenne here. So here's an opinion question, or question for your opinion. I'm going to take my peppers out of the shop. The aphids leave every other plant alone. So I think if I take the peppers out, have their last season at home, and then sometime in the fall, move 5 or 6 of the ahi lemon drops into the shop. And I'm going to do these 5-gallon cracky. Same basic way you do it with the dirt in the cups. I'm going to try that. How long do you think one of those plants would live in that bucket? Given the root sizes and everything else.
Wait, you're gonna have it outside and bring it back inside?
No. I'm going to, the 14 ahi lemon drops that I have now are going to be strictly indoor plants. They're not going outside at all. They're going to take up my dining room. So if in the fall or late summer I bring them to the shop, hopefully the aphids will all have starved to death by then, so I won't have to worry about it. Then I can have 5 or 6 ahi lemon drops in the shop and in cracky. So I'm wondering, how long do you think they'll grow in that bucket? Or will I have to go larger?
I really want to see the update on 14 ahi lemon drops in your living room,
Dining room.
dining room. I want to see that. So that's a must because I want to see 14 ahis in the living room.
My motorcycle sat in the all winter for the last 5 years in my dining room. That's where I stored it.
That's not 14 ahi lemon plants.
No, it's not 14 ahi lemon drops. That much is true, but I don't have a dining room table or chairs or anything.
Well,
The room is just sitting there empty right now.
14 ahi lemons in a living room.
Well, they're in the living room right now. My little grow area is in the living room, but I'm going to move them from there to the dining room.
They're not 4.5 to 6 foot tall yet, sprawled out over 6 to 7 branches there, 7 branches here, and then 14 of them.
Yeah.
I know. I just want to see that. That may be the most interesting video of the whole season.
Susie says, would love to start making powder though. First year I grew peppers, I grew 3. No, I grew 1. That was a ghost pepper. Got 5 pods. Second year I grew 5. And I had enough to where I was wondering, what am I going to do with them? So I started freezing them. Didn't like them after that. They're only good for cooking. Last year I had what, 17, 19? Had so many pods, didn't know what to do, so I started drying them, and drying them is so easy. And that's about all I ever do anymore. I'll take and dry them whole, or I'll mince them, and yeah, I'll even some of them I'll just cut in half so that you can have pepper chips. But yeah, it's really easy. Susan says that's cool. Susie, I like picking Fresnos. Rocky says Rob can just walk through his house picking out lemons and snacking throughout the day. That much is true.
Yep.
Those sweet twisted pepper seeds that Brenda was giving out.
Mm-hmm.
I started 5 of those. I started 5 cups, and I put 3 seeds in each. And I'll be danged if not every one of those freaking seeds came up.
All mine came up too, but I'm only doing like 2 or 1. I
Well,
think
I was thinking 4 would be great, but there's 12 plants in there. I have to do that thin them out thing, and I hate doing that.
it's easy. Did you watch Rev's video?
Yeah, just pluck it out. I know, with the spoon and all. Yeah.
That's actually a seafood tool that you can get near the beach.
Yep. But you can find them on eBay for, if you want to buy 10 of them, you can get them for $1.15 if you don't mind them coming from China with free shipping. Or you can get them from a US-based company for 99 cents a piece with free shipping.
They work great.
I believe it. I almost bought a set of 10.
I don't have any, but I was just watching Rev's video, and he was insisting that they were great.
Yep. Like a red jalapeno, but I think they are hotter. Well, yeah, they're hotter.
I got my first Sriracha factory pepper ripened. Pretty much, give it another day or so. They'll see how that is. That Sriracha factory pepper. Got one that's pretty much ripe. It's taking forever. It's another Sugar Rush peach.
Adam says, I'd like to see your guys' ideas on Ryan P. post on Pepper Lovers, those black dots on the leaves. What is it? Not sure how to copy and paste or post here. Yeah, Adam, you can't post in the comments. It won't let you. Julian says, I'm a fan of Anaheim for cooking, but never heard of Fresno.
Yep, I grew Fresno last year. Really good pepper. Actually, I'm growing it again this year, I think.
And Susie says, yeah, I find that weird. Some are hot and some are strictly super tasty. If you're talking shishitos, yeah, it's weird. Jared says, my wife made fajitas with mini bell peppers tonight. I snagged about a dozen seeds and planted them. I don't think I ever noticed mini bells before.
Yep. There's another thing that I grew last year. It was a really productive plant.
Rocky says, according to Rev, you can get them at the dollar store. I haven't been to a store since I saw the video. My weekdays are get up, go to the shop, come home. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I eat, get on here. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I eat and get on my live stream. So yeah, I don't have much time to get out and get to the store. Jared says, I grow Anaheim every year. I have Big Jim Hatch and Big Jim Legacy this year too. Cool. Adam, I had that on my leaves and just plucked them off my Butch T Scorpion. Seem to be spreading to the new growth.
Mm.
Susan says, what about poblano? Anyone grown those? I want I want to, but not sure how productive it would be. They're so cheap at the mech store.
I grew well, I'm growing again mulatto islino, which is similar to poblano. Um, they took a little bit to, I mean, get going and stuff, but there's usually like 9 or 10 each at the time on the plant. So I mean, it was really good. I mean, it was a really good tasting pepper. So I enjoyed growing them. That's why I'm going to grow them again this year. But I'm growing two, I think, this year. Just one. So.
Yeah, and Adam, I've had those spots on my peppers. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but usually just clip the leaves off.
But usually what?
Clip the leaves off.
Yeah.
Probably a nutrient imbalance, I'm willing to bet. So I
Yeah.
probably should have just dumped the container and filled it up with new nutrients, but I usually don't do that. I don't want to waste nutrients.
Yeah, Susan says, yeah, I don't want to grow a plant if it's only going to give me 10 peppers. My first pepper plant I grew was a ghost pepper. Deer came by and ate all of them. I got 5 peppers off the plant the entire year. So if I got 10, that's ahead of it. But the ahi lemon drops last year, I had 3 of them. And one day I pulled off 24, and the next day I pulled off like 53 that were all perfectly right. That's how well those things produce. Uh, what's the mulatto is Lino taste compared with the regular Cubanos? No clue.
It's a little bit different, but not too much. Very very similar.
Yeah, see, Bernie said black spots can be caused by a lack of calcium, which probably would be corrected if you dump your solution. It probably used up all the calcium. Dump your solution, fill it back up with a new blend, and you should have your calcium levels right back up to normal. But I have done that, and they never went away, which I'm sure if you had a deficiency and you try to correct your solution, I'm sure the leaves that already have it aren't going to go away.
Yeah.
But I have got it with newer leaves too. So I'm not, maybe I had something else.
And that goes for a lot of things. It's just like edema. Edema, it never goes away really. So
Yeah.
that leaf's always going to be damaged.
Like it'd be like taking a hole punch and punching a hole in the leaf. It's the damage to the leaf. The leaf isn't going to regrow that particular spot and close it up. It's just going to compensate for it.
Yeah, put off new leaves.
Yeah.
Or it could be bacterial leaf spot.
Thank you, Brenny. I totally forgot to put new nutrient in my clone toad.
Yeah, I love poblanos. Those things are great. Stuff them with like rice and beans, coat them with cheese, throw them in the oven for a little bit.
I don't think I've ever had a poblano.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah.
Just see if you want to grow them, just buy them at the grocery store. They're big and, they're usually, like that big around, kind of flat, but big around. Like I said, I like to just cut them in half, stuff them with like rice and beans, maybe some ground meat or something like that, top them with cheese, throw them in the oven.
4 leaves left. Okay. Oh, pepper plants are usually pretty resilient.
Yeah, or be careful with cutting that many leaves off. Just cut off the worst ones and leave some of the other ones till new leaves start popping off. But 4 leaves should be good enough.
Especially if it's, really small yet.
Exactly, Jared. Chile relleno. Love chile rellenos. That's why I actually got them, the poblanos from the store. You take a whole poblano, you stuff it with cheese and then bread it. And then I don't know if they fry it or bake it. I'm pretty sure they bake it. And then have some kind of like sauce that they put over top of it. Amazing. And I get them obviously at the local Mexican restaurant every once in a while. And I've had a couple of them where there is absolutely no heat. And there's been a couple times where I'm like, holy heck, those things are like twice as hot as a jalapeno.
Holy heck.
Holy heck.
Twice as hot as a jalapeno.
Yep. I was about to say hot, but then I was like, nah, it's not really hot. It's just like twice as hot as jalapeno. And
All right, Susie.
what's up, KC? Let's see your name in here. What's up?
Oh, yeah, hi.
They're the one that grew the few poblanos last year. That grew over 6 feet tall and produced a lot. Yeah, if you get a 6-foot pepper plant, that thing is usually going to produce a lot.
Except my Reaper plant, which did 11. 11. 11 last year. That Reaper tree, I kept on posting 11.
11 pods?
That's it, 11. Now the ones that were not my contest plant, way more. That plant, everything I did, 11. And it looked like a tree too. It was huge. 11.
The only 6-footers I've had was my Peach Ghost and I think the Pink Tiger. I think those were my only 2 6-footers, but both of them, they had, like, the Peach Ghost probably had at least 50 pods on it at one time, and the Pink Tiger probably like 60 or 75 pods at one time.
Jared just said his Reaper plant was huge and not a single pepper.
Mine
That
was
always.
small.
Huh?
Flower, drop, 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 drop. Put everything you want to put in that stuff as far as what you can put in the soil, nothing.
Yeah, and all my Reapers were kind of small, but I think the most I got was one. I had 2 of them, and I think most I ever got was one of them had 2 pods, and they were like miniature pods. Or wait, no, I don't remember when it was, but one of them actually produced Reaper-looking pods. They stayed green, and then the freeze came in and killed the plant. So I never got anything.
Then like last year, I grew 3 chocolate Carolina Reapers. I had 2 plants that produced all red pods, and then I had one that actually produced the chocolate Reaper pods only. So that was kind of weird. But they were the same. They just went back to red. And most of mine were all hot. They're all big, except I would say 10 of my plants. 10 of my plants were under 3 feet. Everything else was 4 to 6 feet. One of them was almost 7 feet. So they were all fairly big sized plants.
My scorpion got close to 6 foot at one point in time. You could see that last summer in the harvesting videos. Anthony says, I have a 4.5 foot Reaper indoor plant. I neglected, so it's growing wild. Branches are wrapping all around the grow rack and window curtains.
We could always cut it back.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Susie. It says, "OMG, you guys are making me sad." And I hope to have a bunch of pods.
I did with just about everything but a Reaper.
Yeah, you should. I mean, that was the only plant that didn't. That I mean, I had reapers on my other reaper plant. This is not my contest plant. The one that I guess in a way counted for me. I just chose the wrong reaper. But that's the one I went with. And once you choose one, I mean, like on the contest, you could have a couple going, and then yeah, I guess you could be dishonest, but you choose that's your contest plan, and that's the one you go with. So that's what I kept, and then I kept on keeping a track of what I picked and harvested from it the whole season. But that one didn't do anything for me. The other ones, a lot more.
And Julian asked, so I'm going to show my ignorance, but is it possible to get a variant that doesn't fruit like cannabis? Yes, also like cannabis? Um, yeah, try growing a Reaper.
Yeah, hit or miss with those things.
Yeah, you just have a nice little house plant.
So if you're like growing peppers for the first time, and you want to choose one plant, don't choose a Reaper
No, go with like a cayenne.
or a Thai or something like that.
Yeah, that'll get you really enthusiastic.
Gratification.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you had to pick your own too. Susan said you can pick the plant you want after it starts producing.
Well, I
I
mean,
thought
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I thought you were just supposed to pick a plant, and however it did, it did. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Personally, that's kind of the way I was going to do it anyway. I was just going to sit back and see which one happened, and whichever one I thought would be the better, not whichever one was producing the most, but whichever one I thought would be producing the most, that would be the one I was going to pick. But I don't think I've ever grown a Naga Viper. I've grown a King Naga.
I think I have a Naga Viper going now. Maybe. What kind of Viper? I got from Troy Williams. I don't know what it is though. Some kind of I don't know which one with him. Some cross.
Well, he knows his stuff, so. I like that, Rocky. He says it got his Reaper seeds from Alex from Sandy, who sent them to him and grew prolifically with perfect phenos. I don't think I've ever had any perfect phenos on any Reaper. They all look goofy. Well, except for that one I was just talking about, where it looked perfect, had a goofy little tail and everything, and it never actually ripened because the freeze came in first. And Rob, no, I haven't planted any of them yet, but I am going to plant the what is it, Kangstar White Tie. For any other reason, just so I can put that in the title and get the Kang bump.
Hmm. I would have sent you some if you've ever had any.
What?
The white tie, King Star white tie.
No, but Rob's just sent me some.
No, I would have just sent it with your sauce. I would have sent the pods with it. Should have put that in there.
No, I don't. I can't remember even seeing them. I'm sure I have. I mean, they've been on Pepper Lovers, so I'm sure I've seen them, but I can't bring a picture to my mind immediately, so I'm going to go ahead and say that I haven't. But
Yeah.
But if it's like every other tie, I kind of can't wait because those things just go nuts with the pods.
Look at the time.
I don't have a clock over here.
It's closing time. 11 o'clock. 12 o'clock your time.
So are we wrapping it up?
Oh, it's about that time.
Okay. I'm Charles P. or Charles Space P. YouTube. That's my name there. Same thing with Google Plus. and PLC. I do have sauces available still, so if you want to check that out of the PLC marketplace, you can. I'm very limited on. Actually, I don't have any peach left. Everything but peach. So, if you're interested, just send me a Hangouts message. Just let me know, and we'll be here again on Friday. And imagine I'll have another update this weekend. This will probably be my last one since I'm gonna start moving plants out next week.
Then you'll
Then
have
you'll be doing outside updates.
So yeah, then I'm doing another. I mean, the indoor updates. But we'll see. I'm still. It's gonna be in waves. So because I got a lot to move, and it's a lot of work to do all these, filling all these fabric pots.
Yeah, I'm with you, Susan. Blame Rob. There we go. Start a hashtag blame Rob.
Yeah. Yeah. So there'll be updates. Definitely, you'll see everything going on outside once I get that all done. Hopefully, a little bit after Easter. So, oh, yeah, that's right. It is Good Friday.
Well, that's a good point. A lot of people aren't going to be around.
Okay.
I'll still be here. If
Yeah.
Red's here.
Yeah, then I'll miss it. Because last Friday, Rob decided to go out drinking, and that's what I was talking about, Susan, where she said it's only so soon, it's only 9 o'clock. Yeah, well, last Friday, Rob decided to leave and go out drinking. So me and
I went out to dinner and had a couple of drinks, I'll have you know. I went for dinner.
Okay, yeah, sure. But yeah, me and Charles ended up, we said, heck with that, man. We're not doing a time limit. And we ended up going, what, 3 hours and 56 minutes or something, almost 4 hours.
Yeah.
We were like, we're not stopping for any time limit. We just kept on going, on and on and on. And Rob came back into the chat and was like, you guys still going?
Yeah. And
You'll be here, so it's all worth it.
yeah.
We might not have Susan, but we'll have Susie.
Yeah.
And Rocky's here. Sweet. See?
I'll be here.
I'll be here too.
Susan says, good for you, Rob. Everyone needs to eat and have a drink now and then. I agree. And I wasn't driving, so it was a good thing.
Yeah, only I would have put it the other way around. Everyone needs to have a drink and eat every once in a while.
Anyway, Rob Z, ROBB space Z is my PLC, Google Hangouts, and YouTube main channel name. So you can find me in all the places. Pepper updates, pepper videos, that type of stuff. Garden videos. And hopefully they'll start being more and more as the season progresses here. I have a second channel, Yankees 50, play Minecraft there. Like watching people play Minecraft, hey, go check it out. I do live streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. on Twitch if you want to come watch. And yeah, that's about it for me, I think. Mr. Rev, your closing statements?
Oh man, Chris just got here.
Yeah, Chris.
Just to catch the close, Chris. We're just doing our outros.
We'll have to do an extended version for Chris on Friday.
No Friday. He's got to go to work late.
All right. No, not another late show. It's for just holding time. I'll go easy. What? Oh, bye, Susie. Okay. All right, Rev.
I know, Chris. It sucks. But blame it on Rob. So hashtag blame Rob. Me and Charles, we're going to do another hour easy. No problem. I know Charles is tired, but he was telling me before we went live, he's like, man, I'll go as long as you can. Guaranteed. But Rob shut us down, so blame Rob.
Go ahead, blame me, but yep. It's that time.
It's time. It's like the UFC fight. It's time when they what was his name, McMahon or whatever, used to get on there. And anyway,
There you go. There's all the blame Robs.
Yeah, but see, Susie spelled my name wrong, so she's blaming Rob B. Where Jared got it right and it's me. Susie picked it.
Well, Chris got it wrong too when he was saying, Rob, go to bed.
Well, see, she was talking to Blumberg.
I'm pretty sure he was talking about you, but there you go. Susan's got it right. Hey, loosen him up a little so he's not so stiff on this time thing.
Well, the thing is, I got to get up in the morning and I got a few hours worth of work that I got to do before I go to bed tonight. So, need to cut this short. So, your closing comments for the third time, Mr. Rev.
Yeah, Rob doesn't know that it's only 9 o'clock out there in Cali.
It's 11 o'clock here.
Midnight here.
And at Charles' place, yes.
yeah, I got to get up to work early too tomorrow. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying I got to get up also for work early tomorrow.
Yeah, Blumberg loves the never-ending streams. Awesome. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Russ. Ah, man, see, Susie's got a whole bottle of wine, and Susan says it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I mean, we have the perfect setup right now.
Yep.
Oh, and then Chris says, you're the man, Rob. Good night,
Yep.
guys.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it.
There goes the momentum.
All right,
Russ
Rev.
is up in 5 hours. Yeah,
All right,
let's hear
Rev.
it.
Closing statements. It's time. Let's do it.
I don't have any closing statements. You guys know where to find me. It's right here on my channel. So, I don't know. Come back Friday. We'll see if we have an extended version going on Friday or not. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Maybe Rob will go out for drinks. Oh, I'm sorry, food on Friday, and maybe it'll just be me and Charles. And if that happens, then
We'll be having food and drinks right here with y'all.
yeah, no food, but we will have drinks.
Chris, 9 p.m. Central. No, East Coast.
9 Eastern.
9 Eastern,
8 Central.
7 Mountain.
Yeah, so 9 o'clock, that would be 6 o'clock your time. So, got a lot of people saying Friday Night Late Show, so maybe that'll happen.
Yeah.
But
Find out.
you'll have to come back on Friday to see if that actually happens. So, oh, and Rush, you spelled it wrong. It's supposed to be cheeses.
Jesus.
Cheeses, guys. All right, I can see Rob getting annoyed over there, so we're out of here. Thanks for hanging out with us. We love you guys. See y'all on Friday.
Later.
Bye.